Hi.
Hi, you're new to us.
Yes.
Okay, where you calling in from?
Fine, thank you. I'm from Germany.
Oh, big up Germany. Yeah, big shouts to Germany. So yeah, we got the Survival Mind show. Nice to have you. Um, Schiffer's about. So we got Foxy coming up soon. But yeah, Star Watcher. Since you're new to the show, um, and you're very confident. I see, very confident. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're into and what brings you over? Can you hear me?
I'm getting some feedback.
Okay. Okay, I'll get back to you. Okay, so big up everybody. As you know that the channel's been down for over a month and a half because fun and games, mind games. Um, but we're back now, so we haven't had a chance to, you know, have a chat. 'Cause, I do this show for the subscribers. It's not really about me. Um, this is the show where I let everybody have their little say. Um, not like other channels, I'm not trying to overwhelm people. Um, so big up Schiffer. Schiffer's in the house, But as I was saying, yeah, we're back now. I'm sure you lot have watched my video on what happened to the channel. But all I'm gonna say is, a few weeks ago when you clicked on the channel, it was saying terminated because of violation from YouTube policy. Yeah, but it doesn't say that anymore. It says Peniros mind, innit? Survival minds. Let's go. But Schiffer, what's going on, my bro? We got someone there from Germany, Star Watcher introduce, you know?
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How do you say hello in German?
Oh, hello. Hold on. I'm
Oh,
an
it's hello.
American in Germany.
Okay. Okay, say no more. Nice to meet you
Hello,
anyway.
hello, hello, hello.
So what's happening, man? How's life treating everyone?
You know what I mean? Yeah. So what, Schiffer, what's going on though as well, man? Like you got big show tomorrow and all that.
I know I got a little show on tomorrow. I would say it's a big show. It's a little show on tomorrow. We're gonna be doing some live performances and that. Get all the guys out and have a drink and just have a laugh, have a good time. You got to do that still. We're getting old, but still got to have a good
Hold on,
time sometimes as well, man.
as you mean, when you say guys, do you mean like male and female, or do you mean?
Oh yeah, the guys, man, the males, females, all of us, man. We're
Yeah,
all gonna be out tomorrow, man. Everyone's out.
yeah. They're trying to get man early, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, there's been a lot going on out here, man, as per usual. Um, a lot of people's accounts have been getting hacked. A lot of people's account, even on TikTok. I've noticed like like when you can like certain videos on TikTok, like certain stuff that I like. When I go back into the settings of like some of the videos are gone. I'll click on it and the whole channel's gone. So um TikTok's actually kind of interesting because it's like you can get away with putting a lot of stuff on there, but it's like it's like what do you I'm
I can
not
see you
sure
better
what
now.
yeah, it's much brighter now.
Little
Yeah, it's
brighter.
much better.
I wasn't
Yeah, so
expecting to be on TV or on video,
there's
So
a
but
what
I'm
do
what?
glad
you do?
I'm glad you're back.
So
Oh,
what do you
okay.
do,
So you've
Star
been
Watcher?
watching the channel. What have you been watching the channel for a while, Star Watcher? Or?
Pretty much, pretty much. I'm a big Planet X.
Oh, okay. So I'm always telling the people on the lives that I've got a whole different group of subscribers that just really watch for the Planet X stuff, and because they really understand how important it is.
Yeah.
Well, I saw something in 2012, like a double sun. And since that time, I knew something was out there.
Yeah, yeah.
Or maybe
And mm,
maybe it was
go
a
ahead.
hologram to make me think there was something out there. I don't know. I don't know.
A reflection, innit? Reflection.
Still looking.
But you saw that with the naked eye, not with a camera.
I saw it with the naked eye at like the 4 o'clock position of the sun right next to it. It was amazing. Probably for like maybe 2 minutes.
That's so that's a long time ago you saw that. So when did you say
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
2015?
I've been around for quite a while. Yeah.
So what by any chance did you watch Rap the News?
Oh, I miss Rap.
I miss him too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bless his heart, rest in peace.
Yeah, because his channel was like, well, you know anyway, because you used to watch him. So his channel was like daily food.
Yes, for the soul.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah, I watch a lot
obviously,
of Seven. Seven really helps out.
okay, I don't know that one. I don't.
Seven Spalding. He's
Oh
also
yeah,
a
yeah, Seven Spalding. Yeah,
yeah,
I know Seven Spalding. Yeah,
big
definitely.
night watcher or big star watcher.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
computer.
yeah. He does. He does keep his eyes glued on the sky. He definitely.
And there's so many people that have left the community that
I,
had started out. So that also causes some concern because I don't know, once you see it or feel it, I mean, how can you just say it's not there anymore?
I know what you're saying, but when you say left the community, you saying that they was once on YouTube and disappeared?
Yeah, like WSO. I don't know if you know about that one with Steve Olson, Chris Potter. Chris
Yeah,
Potter was
yeah,
incredible.
yeah. And there's a few as well that I have. Are their channels actually completely gone, or is the channel still there?
I think WSO is still there, but they don't print. He
They
doesn't
don't.
take any
Yeah.
videos.
Now I
Yeah,
think that could be a matter of different things, you know. Because like you just said, there's a few people that I watched, and they haven't posted for about a year and a half, a year.
yeah,
So this could be this could be a thing of where they could. All right, let me give you an example because I obviously have a YouTube channel. Have you got a YouTube channel?
yes, but I
Oh,
don't
wicked.
post.
Okay, well we can get that popping. We can start getting that popping, get you back on it and whatnot. But I always tell people that YouTubers, creators, we have to watch the toys in the back. We have to watch some of the videos and articles that they send us because YouTube they're bringing out different laws and stuff that things that you can do all the time. And uh, channels that were talking about the flat E and stuff like that,
Yeah,
they were actually getting banned. And the channels that I used to watch a lot, they was always talking about that stuff as
yeah.
well. So it could be a thing of where they just got, taken off the net. But usually, because you can get strikes and your channel's still there.
Okay.
That's
What kind
how I
of
knew that someone hacked me because I haven't had any strikes.
what channels?
Where do you stand on that? Sorry, you continue. Sorry.
I just wanted to know the channels, but I'm just an observer. You guys can take the floor.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to know where you guys stood on the flat Earth. What they
No,
call
Shift.
theory.
We can't talk about that on here, bro.
Why not?
That's what
Why
I
not?
just
I
said.
don't understand.
'Cause bruv, this is Shifa. Listen, this is what you have to understand. You see when you go to them average, see when you go to them other channels, bro, and you talk
Yeah.
about all that stuff, yeah.
Mm.
That's one of the main reasons why certain monetizations won't be up because if you're not abiding by the
Okay.
rules, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I know the rules because I read the watch the YouTube news weekly every week, so I know what I can and cannot do. Even they've even put the foul language and all that. They're going to a different level with that now.
Yeah.
All
Before it
right.
used
All
to be
right.
once
All right.
every
Do you know what?
15 minutes. Nice. Yeah.
I'll accept that one. I'll accept that one. What about
Yeah.
gravity? Are you allowed to talk about gravity? Are you allowed to, is that
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
Is that a valid discussion?
We can talk about gravity.
Where where do you guys stand on gravity? Is that something that, from your perspectives?
Well, do you want to go first, Star Watcher?
Sure. I think it's about density, more about density than gravity. Like
Okay, I like that.
what's like the waters above and the waters below. It's almost like the clouds in the sky are waves, and
Right.
I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
still trying to figure it out, but I know what we've been taught is pretty much wrong.
Yeah,
What
it's yeah, definitely. One
What about
second,
yourself, Penero?
yeah, I'm gonna get to that. 1 second. Latoya, we're having the same problem. Oh, hold on. Okay. Yeah, can you hear me?
It's not buffering anymore.
No, it's not.
Lataya?
Latoya. All right, so gravity. So my thing on gravity is kind of similar to Latoya. Are you there?
Yeah, there we go. I heard
Turn off your
something.
camera. Hold on.
This is great.
Must
This
be a
is the
bad
first
connection.
I've done this.
Okay.
What you
Your
say?
setup
What?
looks professional though.
Yeah. So my thing on
What was you
gravity,
saying,
bro, is
Penero?
kind of yeah, it's kind of similar. You know what I'm saying? But gravity is a thing that I personally feel has been kind of manipulated by the scientists. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah,
because gravity is a thing of really that we really can't really talk about because we're not really at the we're not really at the super beings right now that we should be. Um,
yeah,
so with that, I don't. It's not really something that I can really say it should be like this or should be like that because we're not at our full potential of what we can really do. Do you understand what I'm
yeah,
saying? So we know that if we throw something up in the air, yeah, it does drop. But that's probably because I don't believe in the whole round thing. So it's like being on a plate with a a goldfish tank over it. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So if it was a situation, if it was round, um, then I can see how that would work if there was a core inside. But if you don't believe it was, then that changes the whole theory of it. You just want me to talk about the flat E. That's what you want to do, Shift, isn't it?
Well, I got a topic maybe we can talk
Yeah, go ahead.
about the fallen angels.
Oh yeah, definitely. Book of Enoch and all that.
Yep. Yep. Um, are they gathering to have their army?
And when you say gathering, where would that be though? Because there's been certain things that's happened, like rivers drying up and
Yep.
stuff like that. So
Exactly.
it's
The
so it's
Gog
like
and
where
Magog.
right, right, and that's blatantly spot. Everything that's people can try and deny what they want to deny. That it's written in the great book, in it, but it's happening, in it. So
Yeah.
where are they gathering though? Are they gathering in the heavens or is it just the ones down here? Because the fallen angel are supposed to be here, innit? So and then what groups as well? Because there's different
Yeah.
types of groups of them. Just yeah, quick question, Star Watcher. Oh, this is crazy. I can't find this guy. Do you ever remember watching someone? They never showed their face, but their names was Eyes of Enoch,
No.
and he used to have pictures of Antarctica, and he used to have infrared pictures of Antarctica and creatures underneath it.
Oh wow.
He's gone as well.
Yeah.
I managed to screenshot about 4 or 5 pictures of when I used to watch him. I actually found them the other day. Some of these guys are very mysterious. The ones that don't show their face. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
Latoya, I
but
don't know. Yeah, go on.
they don't. Maybe they don't want to be a target. That is.
Not
Um.
everyone, not everyone has the same heart in it. Like,
Yeah.
no disrespect, but some people are willing to do certain things. Like, when I started my channel, I was told, um, don't show your face. But then when you go to my introduction, I'm showing my face, in it. So
Yeah.
I just don't give two shits. You know what I'm saying? But some people do.
Yeah.
Not
Exactly.
everyone's playing a different game. Not everyone's got to be the warriors. You know what I'm saying? We need the people to watch from far too. So
Yeah.
and also as well, we don't know They could be working for them. We don't know.
Yeah, there is a lot of controlled opposition that is somehow playing both sides to deceive us.
Yeah. And I think I've seen a few of them on YouTube too. And those ones are the ones that usually have a lot of other stuff going on with them. You can actually see, if you step back and you look properly, you can see the ones that are not really what I can see it, because they've always got some other stuff going on behind the scenes. You know, they've always got some funny business going on behind the scenes.
Mm,
You know,
yeah.
so yeah, Latoya, I don't know what's going on with your thing, but you know, we're gonna be here for probably a couple hours. So you know, I just wanted to really just do this show today, just to because I've been gone in it. So Schiffer said he wanted to talk about a couple things, but I don't know what he wanted to talk about. And Foxy said she's got a lot of stuff to talk about. You
Oh,
know,
very nice.
you know what I mean. So yeah, big up Carlos. Yeah, and
Hi,
he's saying
Carlos.
welcome back, and I've never even seen him before. So big up to you. Most definitely. You never know who's watching, people. That's why you have to carry yourself appropriately out here, man.
Exactly.
Always tell my other YouTube friends, you know, they're like, "Oh, P, I've noticed that you know you kind of like got rules on your live stream and people don't get out of hand." I said, "Nah, it's not that. It's like because I carry myself a certain way, I'm gonna attract the same people that carry themselves appropriately. You know what I mean?" Latoya, can you hear me, girl?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yay!
Clear.
Well, I'm outside. I'm outside, and I have to be outside
Are you
because,
serious?
yeah, you're gonna hear the traffic.
I can't hear
The-
nothing. It's cool.
none of my phones work. None of my phones work. Nothing work inside. I have to be outside from the property in order for my tablets or my phone to work. So I'm on a tablet now because something big is about to happen.
Oh Lord, they got to her.
Bless her heart.
It's all right there, because I'm due to go up there, expel some
Can
people.
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I'm gonna come up there already and expel some people, man, because I'm bringing my proton pack when I come up there. You know what I mean?
you you can't expel what I have is just different. My
Oh,
team of entities.
wow. What you got is something
The
different,
house the
yeah?
house is the house is so full. The house is so full that even my neighbor's cat, they usually come over in the back garden. They no longer come over. They no
Uh-uh.
longer want to talk to me. They
Hey,
don't come
listen, man.
over anymore.
Hey, listen. You know from when the demons can scare the cats, then you know there's something serious going on, conjuring up.
No,
Like,
mine different. My
what is this,
demon's
Armistead?
different.
Listen, man.
The,
Some old spirits are angry under there. I don't know what's
of
going on.
course, they're upset.
Right, man. Right.
They're
But
upset.
so
The cats don't want to come.
how you
The
been
cats
though?
don't want to come in the back garden and relax. Well, a
Mm-mm.
bit without sleep, without everything, from pushing me over,
Mm.
just just realizing that something big is about to happen because there's just way too much around me, too much activities happening around me. Too much of them is as if they got their eyes on me. Like I'm gonna just pop hope more. I'm gonna start levitating. I don't know why so much of them is on.
Oh
Mm-mm.
man, we've lost her.
Yeah, they do this. They do this to her every time she tries to
Wow.
get on the show.
Wow. Yeah, there are demons definitely walking
Can you
around.
hear me? I'm still outside. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Jesus have mercy.
Bless
I
you.
am outside. I am outside. Really can't believe this. Ugh, God. Yes, I was saying something big is
Yeah.
about to happen. I can't put my fingers on it, but there's far too much activities around me right now. And believe me, I can't even sleep. A friend of mine said to me that I'm gonna die of carbon monoxide poisoning because I can't even sleep without burning my sage or my frankincense and myrrh. I
Oh,
can't.
oh,
Can you hear me?
yeah.
Yes.
God, my God.
Nah, it's mad.
We keep just going in and out like this.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
My God. Whew, yes. Where was I? Yeah. Something is getting ready to happen. And I remember doing the video on King Charles and pointing out the Roman connection with the headdress for the Duchess. Is it she, the one, the Princess of Wales and her daughter? And from I make that video pointing out the connection with ancient Rome, they don't seem to be very happy with that. The
Nah.
activities just ramp up. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, it's mad.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Yeah, no, you're right. I was watching it.
We
I've been
are
watching
going
a
to
lot of
have a
videos.
long night tonight.
So when you hear things like
Yeah.
people say, "Wow, there's something coming," they can feel you. Also, you have to make sure you check what's going on with the politics at the same time, even though you might not be into it. You got to see what's going on with
Yes.
certain current events.
Yeah,
Because I
but
was
that's where
watching
it's
a
coming
video,
from.
yeah, because I was watching a video where this woman was talking about America in July. They ain't got money to pay back the bill. So they're gonna have to go into the people's money that they use for their youths and all them type of things for
Yeah.
their kids.
Wow.
You heard
Yeah.
about that, Watcher?
The retirement, it's been definitely a plan. They want to take all the money out before they go digital.
Right. So
And you hear
and then
about Jamaica?
yeah, I see a video you saying that they want to go. Why does Jamaica want to go digital so badly? That's gonna put so much people out of
Bill
business.
Gates
Yeah.
has a big property there, or he has some kind of institute that I read.
So he's basically
Yeah.
brainwashed the people to be believing in that he would turn the place around for them, basically.
Yeah, but he wants to go to a republic, right? He wants to take Jamaica to be a republic. They can't pay teachers, they can't pay nurses, they can't build the roads, and the amount of children that is going missing in a small island like Jamaica, ridiculous. So you can't protect your children, but you're willing to go digital, and he
Yeah.
just spent a whole lot of money printing new notes that he's not going to use. So a lot is happening. If you want to know what's really
Wow.
Wowzers.
Wow. Please protect her.
Yo, Marl, write that comment in the comments for me. Write that thing you just sent to me in the comments so I can put that up. But yeah, it's
Can you hear me?
yeah, yeah, you're back. You're back.
Yes. Yes, sister.
Oh Jesus, this is just unbelievable.
Yeah,
You're
you know.
speaking truth.
So look like it probably
Yeah.
look like I have to move to Staffordshire then. Because the further
Uh-uh.
away from home, the better I'm able to use my phone.
Wow.
But they'll follow anyway. They'll follow.
Yeah, they will.
So
They'll
it keeps
try to.
cutting out.
Yeah, no, it's not that bad though. It's not that bad, but you know, you're
Yes, I
using
was
Wi-Fi.
saying.
You're
I
using.
was saying. No. This tablet is a cellular tablet, so I'm on EE, so I'm not using Wi-Fi.
Okay, that's probably why.
So
It's
I
all right.
can't understand why it keeps cutting out. I'm gonna get a hard time tonight. That's what they do. I'm gonna get a hard time tonight.
No, you'll be all right, man. You just gotta just be
Yeah, if you
strong,
want
man.
to know, if you really want to know what's going on the political front, you got to check Jamaica because Jamaica is a poster child for what they're about to do.
Right. Tell him.
Everything that they're about to do, they are pushing it on the Jamaican people because the Jamaican people is not gonna make the Jamaican government accountable for what they are doing. You see, so it's easy for him to do it. Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Amen.
So all these agendas that is coming forward, because the other day the University of the West Indies was introducing their gender policy. So there's a lot happening in Jamaica. If you take a go through, you can definitely see that something big is happening. But they're trying it out on Jamaica first. It's so small. The people are so simple. So they are easy to manipulate.
Yeah.
So you
Well, as it says on the screen, you've gone again, Latoya, but as it says on the screen, Scruffy, Nigeria has gone digital already.
Amazing.
Wowzers. I never knew that. I'll have to definitely look into that later on. That's mad.
Yeah, they'll be going into the lockstep, I'm sure, like they did for the CV.
And shows Anna, combined to what that comment says, I saw a clip on TikTok and they were shredding people's money in Africa.
Oh, wow.
Wow. But I'm not really surprised when
Jesus.
I don't want to talk too much about, but you know, right now about Africa, but I'm not really surprised because I shouldn't really say that, but Africa's let a lot of things happen in the past.
Too much.
Too much.
Too much. They allow their leaders to get away with way too much.
Yeah, a lot, man. Big up A London all day, bro. Don't forget to hit the like button, people. Everybody, it don't cost nothing, man. You know I don't ask you lot for nothing, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not like other channels. I don't ask you lot for nothing.
And what we should be doing right now is buying water.
Oh,
We should be we should be buying food and stuff like that. But water is gonna be the next big thing. So anybody out there listening, I suggest you start buying water right now because they're gonna start. That's the first thing that is gonna start rationing worldwide. Water. They're gonna ration water worldwide.
Not even just that. If we go into any type of madness as well, that's something that they can easily manipulate. They can easily, like, I don't want to say too much on here, innit? But that's actually one of the when it comes to war and army and all that stuff, that's one of the actual things that they do. They will go to another place and they will put something in the water to affect the people. So it's one of their strategic movements that they do. But yeah, back on this, I always try to tell people that this place is a spiritual world. You know what I'm trying to say? And a lot of people have woken up, but there's a lot of people that still don't realize what's around them. And there's another fight, there's another battle. You know what I'm trying to say, yeah?
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. They don't see it as spiritual. It's just somewhat on one level where we kind of feel it like on several levels, especially spiritual. Like we're being attacked by demons where they just see as maybe having bad luck or the wrong friends. It is really evil.
And some people have to understand is that, we can't see these demons because they're in a different dimension. But there is people that have seen these demons with different types of 3D glasses, yeah? So check this little footage out right here. I just want to share with the people just to let them know that this is not a joke, yeah?
My father was part of this initial experiment with the troops that he commanded, and it was a disaster because the image was presented in red pixels, not green. And because of the technology being used at that time, it created very interesting effects that they could not deal with. So you had some officers that were part of this cadre, or this cohort of other officers that were all testing these new technologies for the military that had their troops always use these goggles. And those units became self-destructive. They went down in a horrid situation. My father was extremely practical, didn't want to see him himself get destroyed in any way, wanted to return and get out. So as soon as he saw what was going on with these goggles, he had his people take them off. And he actually got praise from the military for the way that he dealt with all of this. But the effect was this. A gunner in a helicopter would have no problem using these goggles. And only everything is showing up as a sort of a faint reddish image. And it was true night vision the way we have it now. And even a greater depth, because you could also flip it and get an extra layer that was sort of yellowish that would be heat signatures as well. And they don't have those combined anymore in these goggles. Anyway, the goggles that were presented to the gunners, and my father tells the story of the very first time they're out with them, and they're flying along and he's in the front of the helicopter with the pilot. And all of a sudden, in a very peaceful area, not anything going on at all, the gunner in his on the starboard side of his helicopter starts firing wildly at their height, not at anything on the ground, but at an area that he was shooting at, and basically causing other helicopters in their little flotilla to have to react. And my father goes on back to the gunner, basically demanding, "What the hell, dude? What are you shooting at?" And the kid is just sweating profusely, and his eyes are just dilated beyond belief. And my dad thought he was dealing with another heroin addict, but this was before it had gotten really bad in Vietnam, and the kid was not exhibiting those kind of symptoms. He was reacting to what he had seen. And he's describing to my father that he was shooting at these basically flying demons that were flying alongside the helicopter. And he knew they were coming to get him because they were gesturing at him and they could see him. And so he reacted and he started shooting his Bren gun, big 50 caliber slugs at these things, right? And they were flying along right next to the helicopter. So he's firing out directly from the helicopter, and there are other helicopters in the vicinity. So it caused all kinds of problems. And this goes on repeatedly, week after week after week. Every time they try and use these night vision goggles, at some point they encounter monsters, true monsters.
Wow.
All right, so
Cliff high.
that's just a video basically showing someone else's point of view when they're seeing through a different visibility.
I believe that was Cliff High.
Was that Cliff High?
I think so. Sounded awful like him.
Yeah, but that testimony there is crazy.
Yeah.
I said he saw giant demons flying next to him and started shooting off his. Wow, and yeah, so people don't think that this is a joke. Yo, Shifa, what's going on, my bro? Nicoya?
Yeah.
Are
Are you
there?
there?
Oh yeah, you still there, yeah?
Yeah, I'm still here listening because I do I do see them, and I also see them in people's eyes. There you go. Yeah, I happen to see one in somebody's eyes, ordinary woman, and I'm like, what did she do to have her eyes turn into like a snake eye or reptilian looking eye, her balls? I'm like, what's going on there? And when she realized that I saw her, she jumped, and instantly I wasn't there to look. Not giving any more. I'm not giving any more of this one. The one is dangerous. I'm telling you, I do see them in people's eyes. I don't know what these people are up to, what they're invoking quietly, but I do see them in people's eyes, and I smell them because I work with this particular individual, and she smells so horrible, but her clothing,
Oh my God.
her clothing was clean. I'm like, she is clean, her face is clean, but why is it that she smells so horrible? But she just did not like me, and I'm like, I just met you. What's the problem?
Yeah.
Are we trying to say what she smelled like a demon was on her? Is that what you're trying to say? That's terrible.
Hey, listen, I'm sorry.
Wow.
Big up though, Latoya as well. Big up. No, at the end of the day, I can see where she's coming from, where that could come across a certain way. And it's like, there's a lot going on with certain people sometimes where it's like, you get certain people where they're mad and you just know there's something wrong with them, but there's a calm energy about them. You don't feel like unsafe around them. But then you get another type of mad person where it's like even just the moment you enter that person's presence, you felt endangered. I feel like there might be some truth to some of this demonic.
Yeah, no, there's definitely yeah. You know, for everyone that's watching the show tonight, man, make sure you say your prayers before you go to bed. We're not trying to scare anyone. Latoya's not trying to scare the hell out of anyone either.
Yeah. It's real life. It's real life over here. It's real life. You understand? What I'm experiencing now, a lot of people will soon start to experience it in the next couple of months because this is real life. You see, this thing that is happening. It's just that I just happen to be at the first of the line to witness what's going on. But the lower level demons do bring a smell. They do bring a smell. And you can smell them when you're in your house. You can smell them. And I'm telling you, there's a part in the Bible where I believe the one they call Jesus or Yeshua had to tell somebody, some spirit to leave because they smell or somebody to go wash, something to that effect. I'm not an expert on the Bible, but these unclean spirits, they're unclean for a reason. They do smell. The fallen ones, I haven't gotten any scent off of them, but the lower down the scale, they smell horrible. I'm telling you, when people is involved with them, they carry the smell.
I think we all see
Yeah.
things though, Latoya. Like I think all people see things that they might not be able to explain in their lifetime. And a lot of times, you know, you may be, you know, extremely excited at the time or intoxicated, or you know, there's times where people will just explain things away. You know, it's like I've got a particular friend who I grew up with. Not going to mention any names, but you know, said friend. One day we're looking up in the sky. We see what we think is like a balloon in the sky. It's just a black balloon just floating, but it's not moving. It's stationary. At this point, balloon is no longer a balloon. Balloon is something else. What is this thing that we're looking at? The moment we are conscious of it and we're talking to each other about it, this balloon turns into a massive black ball in the sky, like it's getting closer to us. And then it just shoots off into the distance. Now, you know, said friend ends up on.
What did you and your friend say to each other? Like, what did you look at each other like? What was that?
Yeah, do you know what it was? I was looking, and I was looking up in the sky. I was in Forest Hill at the time, of all places, and that's supposed to be like a hot spot. So now, bam, I've looked up, and I said, "Is that a balloon?" And then my friend says, "Yeah, it's probably a balloon. It's just floating off somewhere." And I said, "But it's not moving." And the moment I said it's not moving, he started looking at it hard, innit? Like, so it's like, hold on, you're right, it's not moving. And then it's like the thing was looking at us, because as soon as we said that, it got closer and got massive, and then just zipped off and got tiny again, and until we couldn't see it. And then it's like this guy ended up going a bit crazy after that, bro. I can't front to you.
Man? What are you talking about? That story went left, bro.
Brother,
so
he went a bit nuts. I'm not gonna lie.
Up in the madhouse or what?
Brother, he went proper, like he went a bit sideways, innit? Like, you know, drugs and all sorts of things took over his life, and it's like.
So what are you trying to tell us? Are you trying to tell us that night they came back for him and done things to him when he was?
Brother, I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, look, man. He definitely needs some hands, and this is what the protection is, people. You know what I mean? When these things try their thing, you know, you've got to get some tool. If there's a spiritual realm, if you do believe in the spiritual realm, then obviously you got to find some sort of protection. You know what I mean? I ain't talking about no crystal ball stuff. You know what I mean? I'm talking about real protection from the Creator.
Wait, what did you say? What did you say? You're not talking about crystals? Did you mention crystals?
No, crystal ball.
Oh, crystal ball. No, you got to wear crystals on your body, not just have them like you worship them, but they're part of my prayer. And I got to keep them on, because when I speak about crystals, I speak about crystal based on my experience. You see what I'm saying? And it was just by chance, because it reached a point with me that I said to my friends that I'm going to start sleeping by the train station and the bus station, which I have done during the day. But I says I can't sleep at home because something is there They're waiting for me to sleep, and the sleep paralysis is just like crazy. But when you sleep in public, I'm able to sleep. I'm able to get a few hours of sleep. So that is how bad it reached until I've always had crystals, and I was just goofing around with my friend and saying, "Oh, Aaron got a breastplate, but I can't make that elaborate breastplate. So guess what? I'm going to throw a handful of crystal in my bra." And in years, that was the first time I had a peaceful night's sleep, and I was like, "My God!" So all this time that I was suffering with the sleep paralysis and these entities, the only
Yeah.
thing that could have helped me physically
That's
at
what I
that
was gonna
time.
ask you. I was gonna ask you because I'm saying to myself, when's the last time you had a situation? Was it so the crystals that helped you like not get that situation no more, or do you still get it every now and again? Latoya, Latoya, you better hope that Shifa is your fault. You know, you went and called the UFO to come and get her. Now, look.
Yeah, yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Can you hear
yeah.
me?
yeah. So what
Yeah.
I was asking you, yeah, is so it hasn't happened to you lately. Then they haven't been coming in your room and doing. Cause when we put the whole
Last night,
video out.
darling. Last night, a very
What? So
powerful.
where was the
The,
crystals then?
I had the crystals on. It didn't stop him from coming. It just
Oh my God.
crystals don't stop them from coming. It stops them from having power over you. For
Right.
example, now, what they normally do is if I had a partner and when they come, my partner would have found my body unresponsive because what they do is they pull the soul out the body and they bring it in whatever dimension to do what they want to do with it and then put it back in the body. Now, what happens with me now, I used to fight them back in the day before I knew what was happening. If ever I wanted some peace, I have to go into deep fasting and prayer. And I might get out a 7 day, probably 2 day or 3 days. Sometimes I'll go by the ley line. When things got real bad, my friends brought me by Stonehenge. That worked. That worked. Surprise, surprise, surprise. That's what I'm saying. I only talk about things that I've experienced. Ley lines. And I coming from a Jehovah's Witness background. Ley lines do work. So before I discover that I could use the crystals, I used to go by the ley lines at Stonehenge during the equinox or the solstice.
Right. She's gone again.
Do you know what I say
Abduction.
when? Do you know what I say when I feel like demons are coming around me?
Mm.
The power of Christ compels you. I'm not even joking, either.
Jesus.
That works, bro. I'm telling you, man. Don't forget the power of Christ. Even when the thing is, like, some of us might even say that's not the original name, but it don't matter if it's the original name. It matters about the context. Do you understand? That's where you draw your power from.
I say the Lord's Prayer.
Mm-hmm. You all that.
So powerful.
Yeah.
You're gonna need something.
I had a thought about all these demons because I've been personally also under attack, and it's been maybe 3 weeks that I've been having night sweats, which I have no idea where they're coming from, but I think it's connected. With the fallen angels, you know, the daughters of men and the sons of God, there's these disembodied spirits, and they can't leave this realm. And I think because so many people have passed away recently that they now have like a lack of people to hide in. So now they're less bodies and they're becoming like more obvious to us. That was just a thought I had the other day. I have no idea if this is, you know, I can't prove it, but there is something ramping up.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I
Definitely,
believe there's
because
some
I've been
truth to
seeing a
that
lot
as
of
well.
them.
You know, like when
Yeah.
people lose themselves and they say, I just lost myself, you know, they had a moment of madness. They don't even half remember what they did. I've done it myself at times. Like, you know, you may have been in a blind rage, they call it. You ever heard that one?
Yes.
Your blind rage.
No.
Yes, yes, yes. It's not a joke. It happens because they can invade your body. Do what they want. There is a movie named Nefarious about it, and I need to speak some more about it because I do understand what they do and how they do it. They can go inside your body for a brief moment because not everybody that they can live in. They cannot live in all of us, but they
They living
can
in
jump in and jump out, and they can do a lot of mischievous things that could tarnish your name. But you
Yeah.
can't tell anybody that hocus pocus that you have a moment. You can't tell anybody that because that everybody will understand. If you look at some of these crimes, right? It's like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Jesus.
And Jeffrey Dahmer wasn't normal. And how I know that Jeffrey Dahmer isn't normal, he started consuming alcohol from a very early age, and alcohol opens a door to them. So Jeffrey Dahmer wasn't normal, right? And I feel that is why his mother was stand by him to the end because she know that's not her son. But you cannot go in front of a court and tell a judge that our son is somehow controlled or possessed by demons. That is not what you can't do that.
You
And
can
it's not
try.
Jeffrey Dahmer alone. Huh?
You can try.
Nobody would not many people would believe it.
Yeah,
Sound
be
like
a
he was
mad.
controlled by spirits. Jack
No.
Daniels and Hennessy.
Jim Beam.
Jim Beam. You know that man there? Smirnoff and that man there.
Yeah, that's crazy stuff.
Yeah, that's what it is though, people. There's a lot of that going on in London, man. They just drink that. They just drink. Oh yeah, big up Jedi, man, in the place, man. The extended family, you get me? But there's a lot of drinking going on in London. I'm sure you've heard Germany, innit, about the London drinking.
About the teenagers
Drinking.
starting.
Yeah, that's what they do in London. They drink and they eat. That's it. That's what they do.
Yeah, they've
Yeah.
unfortunately been not giving many options.
No, that's what I'm saying. There's not a lot to do over here. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like that.
If you're in a big city, you don't have place to run around and be free.
Yeah.
You're somewhat stuck.
Yeah.
It's worse in the countryside, though. You think it would be better in the countryside?
Really?
These young kids out here, they get on the drugs from early. They're not even smoking weed. They're on proper drugs from like
Is it?
16.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. You have to be
Those things
careful.
open you up for demonic possession, alcohol
Mhm.
and narcotics, and that is why they promote it so much because they know that when these entities come around, they can have a body to operate in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've experienced them before, and so I realize that they are very much interested in taking your body, and not only that, they can imprison you in the underworld because they tried it with me.
Yeah.
It's like I said to a friend of mine, it's like the movie. There's a movie. I can't remember it name.
Is it Constantine?
He's constant in that Keanu Reeves. No.
Yeah, I remember
He
he does
is,
that
isn't
thing where he's in the bath and
it?
it takes him to the underworld.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he uses water and he has to break a. I can't remember exactly what he does. I think it was a light bulb or something like that.
Yeah, he's always in
Something
them funny
strange
off
anyway.
beat.
Maybe he electrocuted himself. He done something with the water.
Well, to make his soul come out of his body like a remote viewing type.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Yeah, they're always messing with them type of things. Latoya, are you there? Yeah, Latoya's So yeah, what else has been going on in the headline, Shifa?
I'm not even really sure, you know.
Am I hearing anybody?
Yeah,
All the
you're
roads
back.
get a bit busy. A lot
Let's
of
do the
Welcome
cars
random
back.
coming
one
in.
today. There's no pressure today. Today is the first day back doing the live since my channel got took. So it ain't even it's not a pressure today. It's not anyone just talk about what they want to talk about, and we just go like that today. Got some good subjects coming up in the next couple of days, but today's just freestyling.
I wanted to hear Latoya finish what she was saying about this underworld, man. That was
Yeah,
interesting.
I know, but her phone keeps going underwater. So we gotta try it. See, when Latoya disappears, every time she disappears, she's gone for like a whole day. Like she thinks she's gone for a whole day, but for us, she's only gone for like 30 seconds. Like it's mad.
I
Hey,
hope that's
boy.
not underworld connection.
Yeah, some
Eh?
abduction going on out there.
I hope that's not
But yeah, no,
underworld
continue.
connection.
No. I don't recommend anybody going there or forcing themselves to go there. I don't recommend it because as in Constantine, as they say, once they see you and you see them and they know that you're somebody who can see like the movie, but they says, oh, he can see us. Once they realize you can see them, you are constantly under attack.
Yeah, your target. Yeah, it sounds scary. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds a bit scary, but I don't feel scared because I feel like I was always told, "Duppy know who to frighten." And you see, from you keep your heart clean, nothing can't harm you, even when you're wrong. Your clean heart will make you right. You know, like that. So I feel like there's like that's protected me in my lifetime. I've never had any kind of issue where I felt like, you know, a bad energy could consume me in any way. But I do think you have to be conscious that these things exist because
Yeah.
I know I've seen some stuff in my lifetime that I can't explain away, if that makes sense.
Sasquatch that you saw that time.
Oh, man.
Well, gentlemen, it was nice meeting you and Latoya as well. I have to leave now.
Oh, what a
Late
shame.
night.
nice
Yeah, but
meeting
you're
you
welcome
also.
anytime, Star Watcher. You're welcome anytime. I appreciate the fact
You're
that
not
you've
the
been
only one who'll have to leave too.
All right, Latoya.
Because
Thank you
Okay.
so much.
I,
Have a great
I will
night.
soon have to leave as well.
All right, Latoya. Well, I'll ring you later anyway.
All right, I'll have to go because I'm outside standing up and I don't like how the road is getting busy. It's getting really busy.
Yeah. Try and go
And
before the
and I
next abduction.
All right, ladies.
all
Have a
right
great
then.
night.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Take care.
Bye
Nice
bye.
speaking to you.
Enough love. I just gotta put the blessings, Star Watcher, blessings, Latoya. I
Yeah,
just gotta
blessings,
put the
Star
link
Watcher.
back up for
Later.
just gotta put the link back up for Foxy still. Hold on.
Yeah, that was interesting though.
Yeah, you know, you know, she talks about a lot on her channel. She talks a lot about the spirit world. She informs people a lot about the spirit world, which is really important, man. And you can't let them things there go over your head.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it is what it is, and I'm sure people, like, I don't know about you, but what's the type? Like, I've been getting a feeling as well, like something's coming. But the thing about us, we're actually waiting for something to come anyway. So
I know.
you know what I'm saying? So when people do say to me, "Oh, I feel like something can come at any time," so, and that might not necessarily mean like war or flipping Armageddon. It could be anything to start it off with. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a slow process. You know what I'm saying? So so big up Foxy in the house though.
Big up, sis.
Big up, Shiffer. Big up, Brother Peniro. What's up?
Yes, what's going on? We back.
I see. Back to blackness.
Come on.
Salute to the chat. Grace and
Salute
peace,
to the
everybody.
Yeah, most definitely. Hit the like button, share the live. So today we're just doing a freestyle thing today, really, Foxy. You know, anything that anyone wants to talk about, because you know we just come back, so we're just gonna just freestyle, man. And, you know,
Wait a minute. You guys have been on for an hour. Where the hell have I been?
I don't know.
I was waiting for you to hit me up on Instagram. Like,
I did it. Yeah, if you check the messages before yeah, it's there. Like, yeah.
All right. My bad. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'll let you have that one. We got
I
Shiffa
didn't
in
forget
the
about it.
building, King of England. I mean, let's talk
Come
about
on.
that title alone. You know what I
He
mean?
wants his head on the notes, man. He wants his head on the notes.
Somebody done crowned him king. Okay.
Yeah,
Talk
well,
about
you
it. Queen Charlotte. I've been binge watching Queen Charlotte, what is it? Something Bridgerton, but they have her own like own spin-off. And I'm like, y'all better come through with the melanated people and stop hiding all the secrets now. Okay.
Well, you know, they told us a lot of lies, innit? They told us there was no black people here. They told us that it was called England and it was ethnically white. But when we looked at the history said, who was the people again? The Phoenicians. The Phoenicians were the first ones coming here for the tin. That's why it was called Britannica, to be precise. And they look like me and you and Penero. And then when you had like the Normans, the Saxons, the Vikings, XYZ, they came in, wiped a lot of us out, sent a lot of us, you know, to other places like the Caribbean, possibly even Australia, of all places. But yeah, there's a lot of history coming out of Ireland as well. So when they talk about Irish people being sent into servitude, the first Irish people sent into servitude looked like me and you before any European-looking Irish was sent into any servitude.
If you're talking about Irish, though, if you're talking about the Gypsy side, you've got the Romanian Gypsies, and they actually come from black people, and they actually know that because I've spoken to a few of them, and they actually know that. So, and you know that the Gypsies are linked with the Irish and blah. So what actual bloodline are we talking?
Well, this is the thing that it depends on what history we're looking at. When we're looking at Irish people going to America, for instance, that's when that's when a lot of people focus their historical studies on this servitude, you know, story with the Irish. But once you go back a little bit further and you start to realize, I think it's like about 1500s, there was loads of black people here. We had black royal families. Where I'm coming from. Like you had
King
certain
James.
groups. What are they called again? Like you had like the Saracens, for instance. Now, Saracen does not denote a color or anything like that. And when you look at the stories of who the Saracens were, you'll find a lot of them referred to as Moors, for example. And we know where that's going. And then even when you're dealing with things like Celts, when you say Celts doesn't have a historical attachment to like any kind of phenotype like that. Where I'm coming from. But they want you to believe it means that, you know, someone was blonde or had blue eyes. But where is the blonde and blue eye? Where's the linguistic connection within the word? It just doesn't exist. So it was all fabricated, bro. So I am the King of England.
Are you're the King of England, and what was it? The last King of Scotland?
Yeah, that's it. That is the real King of England, though. The King of Scotland would be the King of England.
What was that? Idi Amin?
Yeah, that was a movie. Yeah, that movie, The Last King of Scotland.
Yo, Forrest Whitaker did his thing in that movie. That's the only reason I'm like, yo, okay, that makes sense. So really quickly, to Brother Penero, again, thank you for having me on your panel. It's been a minute. Brother Shiffa, it's also been a minute since I heard from you guys. I had a death in the family. My father passed away 3 weeks ago. And that is my hero, my idol, my first love. He showed me what it is to be present, even through his shortcomings, how to be the stand-up man. This is why you hear the way that I am, because I had both parents in my household, and regardless of the marriage not working together, my father was still very vigilant in my life. Thank you. To where the tables turned and I became the one helping him out in his these last couple of months since December. And he wasn't really sick. He just had an injury. And it's crazy because somebody in your chat just mentioned about the retrograde, but we also had a lunar eclipse in Scorpio during that time, and my father passed away 4/29/2023, and that day added up to a 4 and a 4. So if you know about your numbers and numerology, my father's name was Miguel Angel. That's Michael. That's angel. My father was supposed to be, his God ordered his steps to be in the storm, and my dad went to go get something to eat and went into cardiac arrest because he choked on some of his food. It was the weirdest thing. It had nothing to do with his health. It had nothing to do with any of his other stuff that was going on in his life. That's what was ordained and destined. So I'm comforted by that, but I'm sad for the physical. I miss him very dearly. We're best of friends. We're thick of thieves. We talk about all kinds of stuff. He actually was the one that put me on to, aliens. He told me that the angels are our guardians, that the aliens are guarding us. We just talked about this like a couple of months ago, and he schooled me like, yo, they can't intervene, but they are watching. You know what I'm saying? So my dad definitely is a scholar in that type of in that other world that seems off to some people. And we talk spiritually. My dad also was a very spiritual person. He could pick up on entities and things of that nature. And so, without him, there is no Foxy Moon. But on my mom's side, yeah, the DNA is carried thick and through. But I just wanted to say that, salute to him, big up to him. I know he's got his wings, but please don't come around me yet, like I keep saying, because I'm not ready for that interaction just yet. But that those kind of things there, when you, because I caught you brothers talking about do we feel like things are going to happen, or there's this anticipation. I kind of caught the tail end of what y'all was saying, but there is a rapture happening. There's a quickening happening right now. So it's like we got to get our affairs in order. And all this chimmer-chammer of, oh, you're black or you're white, that's bullshit. Because at the end of the day, when it's your time to go and you check out, that's it. These people don't give a shit about your color, complexion, creed, none of that.
That's why I don't get into none of that, bro. I don't get into none of that. Schiffer knows. Right. I don't get into none of that, bro. Because when you get into that, you know what it is? You know what it is as well, Foxy? When you get into that, that's when you start deterring away from the main thing as well. You know what I mean? You bring in all this other stuff to the,
Right. Salute to my aunt dog is in the building. Yeah, for real. Because I mean, it's great to know your lineage, and it's great to know, where you do come from, and it helps you give you a sense of purpose. But at the end of the day, how do you assess this? Because these corporations out here are coming, they're grasping at straws right now, and they're doing everything and anything that they can to and it's not even so much we can quote unquote say black people, because they're doing it to anybody at this point. They don't really care. It's about their numbers and how they can maintain themselves in this reality of what we call life. So we need to rise up. But those who are really in tune with what's really going on, you got to rise above the nonsense, because they're going to keep feeding you with this black and white narrative, and it's going to keep you in a pigeonhole. You have to rise above that. My left ear is ringing. That they talking to me. It's confirmation, y'all. We have to rise above the nonsense that they giving us. Because we get caught up in it, and that's that. Now you're running around in a circle with this black and white narrative thing, and you know what? It's all about the money. They just showed you how other countries are going to be building against certain other countries. You got people going against United States. United States is the big brother right here. It's the strong arm. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to the money. Don't worry about, it's black people and the white people and no, these people don't give a damn about your color. They care all about gold, silver, green. Okay, that kind of colors. I digress.
Yeah, no, big facts. Yeah. Foxy, man, you got a different energy about you right now, man.
Listen, Brother Peniros, I
felt it, man.
I needed to come out. I was waiting. Yeah. I was looking online. I was like, nobody's there. And I'm like, oh, chill. Then you hit me up this morning. Was like, yo, I said, perfect person to come online with.
That's right, man. That's right. Hey, hold on. What man's really sending me videos to my phone when I'm on the show? Come on, my bro. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, bro, man, put it in the thing, man. Put it in. Now, don't even put it in the chat because people will start watching your videos and all that. Would that say yo salute Ant Dog?
Yeah, that's my brother Ant Dog on my channel.
He said night. He said
Yeah.
Oh, they use like carry on the show, yeah. 'Cause my daughter's ringing me. Yeah, give me a sec.
Okay. So
Yeah.
really quickly, brother Shifa, if I don't know if you read this book called The 100 Amazing Facts About the Negro by J.A. Rogers.
I haven't, as it goes. Could you
We
tell me
need
a bit
to,
about it?
yeah, we need to invest in this book. This book is very important because if we do want to talk about the so-called Black person, these people need to. That's why they're kind of scared, because they know who dominates this world. But they'll use money and control and power to keep people in a pigeonhole. But I wanted to just read something really quickly out of the 100 Amazing Facts. And you talked about, when we talked about Ireland and Scotland, C.M. McGuinness says that of the West Indies, the white servants were often placed under Black overseers who treated them with particular barbarity. So what he's basically saying is, and let's be very clear, that it was what we call white people put under servitude first. And there were many Black, we're going to use words like Black and white today. There were many, or rather, Negro slaveholders in the United States and in the Caribbean islands.
Yeah. Well, when you say the Caribbean, a lot of the ones from Ireland were actually sent to the Caribbean, the Black ones, the first ones. And then, obviously them being there first, they was already controlling the island. And what the British Empire would do, like it does today, it would allow them to control their island, their peoples and their borders, as long as, they paid a toll, they pay a tax to, the British government, if that makes sense. So then, when they started sending, the white counterparts now, to do their servitude, I would imagine that there could be some truth in that they arrived there, to Black people controlling the place, controlling the plantations. It was probably difficult for them to work in the conditions, and they couldn't keep up. So eventually they changed the game on us. And this is what the issue I have with a lot of history, because history likes to present Black people as slaves. That's all we ever knew. All we know is slave. But that's just so far from the truth.
Exactly. And that's why I implore people to pick up this book, 100 Amazing Facts About the Negro. There are a couple editions out. I suggest, and I was told and advised to get the edition that has the Ethiopian princess on the cover of the book, and you will see that the history that we've been fed through the United Kingdom, or rather Britain, and the States, which is the corporation, which is just cousins of the crown, which is the same people that left over there and just jumped ship and came over here because they didn't want to deal with the BS over there, and they wanted to make their own rules and regulations. And so they came over here and began the 13 colonies, but there were indigenous, dark, copper-colored people here already. All right. Just like in South America, Central America, and your Caribbeans, if we go back to the maps and see how everything was traced, truth be told, America, the Americas, meaning Canada, North America, Central and South America, are more ancient than what you would call your so-called Africa today. But they're gonna roll us around and tell us, oh, no, Africa is way ancient. No, Africa can actually fit in here with us. So let that be. We need to go through some fine-tooth combs and look at these books and really dig into the history here, and come up with our own discernment or discernment to it, because they're going to keep feeding the lies. But you know what? It's but so much they can hide anymore, because the truth is starting to seep out. We are in the age of Aquarian, if you want to go through that channel. So things are being revealed to us, but in the truth is going to be some lies, just like they've been doing for hundreds of years. So we have to do our due diligence to, wean out what's the truth. That these books have been written for now. J.A. Rogers wrote this book in 1934, but he got his information, excuse me, and he's been doing his information for well over before, into the 1912s. And he was getting magazine articles and stuff like that. You think that's almost 100 years ago that this man was writing and getting information, not using the internet. I mean, so yeah, there were there were white slaves and that they got them from Ireland, and they were brought into the Caribbeans and brought into the 13 colonies.
But you see what you're saying, yeah? I think that it's not necessarily that the truth hasn't been told. Mm-hmm. It's more to the point of what you said, in my opinion anyway, it's more to the point of what you said before. Like you said, you can be a proud black person, but if you take that to the extreme and you become this blackety black, everything's black and, only black matters kind of person, unfortunately, what happens is you have a warped view and sense of reality. And I think the same works in the opposite side then. So you get these whitey white people who they just can't see the wood from the trees. So I'll give you an example of what I mean. You'll have all of these great buildings built around the world, chapels, cathedrals, X, Y, Z. And, these buildings were built hundreds of years ago. In some cases, maybe even thousands or 1,000 or however long. Yeah. Right. Now, if it was built so long ago, how come you ain't built nothing like it since? When you look at certain buildings and certain structures within certain cities, some of the oldest cities on the planet, and you realize, like, for instance, like a pyramid, it's not just on the surface, it's under the ground as well.
Right.
They got buildings like that all over Europe, right? Mm-hmm. Where it goes underground, but they just haven't dug it out yet. But they're living in it like they built it. And they're going to tell you that they built it, and they're going to tell you how they built it. And we know it's a lie, because if you knew how to build it, how come you ain't built nothing like it since? And these are some of your most magnificent buildings, some of the most perfect structures. They're just not going to do it, bro. They can't do it. That's the truth.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
That's the truth of it, man. Like, all over the world as well. No matter where you go, a lot of these old libraries, old churches, cathedrals, castles, all of it. Now, like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that the Europeans didn't have armies and didn't conquer things and take over things. But as far as building castles, we're yet to see one that the Europeans built. We're yet to see that. Where I'm coming from. And then if we go back in history now, what we're going to do, let's go back to the first empires, because if we go back to the first empires, we're going to go to what they would call the Bronze Age then, yeah? The European one doesn't exist, does it? It doesn't exist. So how can they be the first people to do everything when they didn't even have an empire on this side of the world? In fact, the empires they did have on this side of the world were all birthed out of those Bronze Age empires that were nothing to do with Europe. So it's just, people have to be able to remove the racism if they want to really be able to see history for where it is. They have to remove their racist side and just be able to read, like that. Mm-hmm. And then you'll see it for what it is, because it's like if I go historically and I look at the English language, then, for instance, they're going to tell you it's the phonetic alphabet. Why is it phonetic? Oh, because it comes from the Phoenicians. Who are the Phoenicians? A bunch of black people from the Middle East and Africa. And there may be some mixing. I'm not going to say there weren't no white people among them too, or there weren't no other looks of people among them. I'm just going to say that if we look at the history of who those people are, predominantly they're ethnically, darker skinned, predominantly. We just debunk all the history, don't it? How can they say that Africa didn't have boats, but yet they sent these Phoenicians all over the planet? Like, come on, man, it doesn't make no sense. And I'm not saying that you're wrong neither, because when you say America was first, more than likely they say the oldest pyramids are in America. They don't say they're in Africa, you know, like that. But it's just obviously the civilizations in the Americas, some of them might not be as old as some of the ones in Africa. Who knows which ones came up at what time? You know, like that. Who knows?
Right.
But a lot of people are of the belief now, through science and studies, that America was the first, had the first civilizations and the first pyramids, XYZ. But which could change at any time, though, because remember, they say they're still discovering stuff, but they reveal stuff when they feel like they're ready to, throw something else out there for us to play with, keep us distracted.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, we got to use our discernment, because they're going to bring stuff up. But now, with this thing going back to America, now it's the Americas. And what we have to get out of our head is not thinking of the United States.
Yeah.
It's including Canada. When you go to those geographical maps that were the 1500s, you will see that Canada, North America, and South America, which is included Central and the Caribbeans, were all moved together.
That's
right?
how I always visioned it. I've always seen it that way, just because when you look at it on the map, it's all grouped in that region.
Right. Now, when you go back, if you look at the Pangea, now some people don't believe in that stuff, but I was looking at a map, and that kind of made sense that Africa, the north part of Africa, which would be Ethiopia, which would be where Nubians are, and etc., it nooks in right where the Caribbean island is at. And in North America, where the Colorado rivers are, that was now going into biblical words and biblical times, that really was the Nile River. And it can go all the way down to what we now know as the Nile River in Egypt, in Africa.
Even you saying that, though, sis, we know that the map, according to them, according to their map, in my opinion, it's the wrong way around. Because check this one out.
It's upside down.
How can the northern hemisphere be colder than the southern? That doesn't make no sense. If I had a bulb or some kind of light source and I held it above a ball, and moved it around the ball, but it's always higher than the ball, to some effect, then technically the top of the ball is going to be the hottest, not the bottom. You know what I'm trying to say? It just doesn't make no sense. The sun rises, it doesn't. It goes down as well, but we can't see it when it's down there. So why would the bottom of the world be hotter than the top of the world? I don't get that. It don't make no sense. Even things like gravity, it don't make no sense. Like, it's like the lady said earlier, she believes it's about density. When she says density, I'd add volume. And once I add volume, now I've got weight. And then, it's like something like a feather then. A feather seems weightless. It can just float in the wind. The wind can just pick it up and just throw it around like it's weightless. But we know it still has a mass. It still has a weight. So that would give us the perception then that the actual wind and stuff that's moving the feather around, it must have some type of mass to it. And if it has a mass, then it has a weight, because then mass would have a volume, wouldn't it? Do you feel where I'm coming from? So even the air itself has weight and has volume. So, when they're saying only gravity could be keeping us on the ground, no. The weight and volume that's sitting on top of us is more than capable. Just like if I was to put you at the bottom of the ocean, you wouldn't just float to the surface because your weight is keeping you down there. You'd have to swim up. You know where I'm coming from? Or something would have to pull you up.
Right.
But I think when we think of things in a simplistic way, we're more likely to come up with a reasonable answer. But if we think of things in a technical way, we could be going around in circles for decades.
That's so true.
Yeah, chasing a tail.
Like what you did to a dog. Get a stick and put it right by his tail, and now he's chasing it forever. You don't even realize. Just run in circles.
Dog doesn't even know the toe belongs to him. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Hey, what's going on with that guy Foxy over there? What's his name? That basketball player, the one that was flashing guns on the IG.
You know, I don't. Honestly, I'm not in that circle, so I don't.
Yeah.
I don't honestly know, but you know, if he's acting out and he has a what they call the code of conduct when he signs his contract,
Yeah.
and then you're on social media doing that, so that's a whole nother contract that you're breaking arbitrarily by showing weapons.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's a sticky situation because it's like, okay, well, we don't know if it was his own and he's in a vehicle, and then when you think about vehicles are your private property. It's a whole bunch of weird
This is
stuff.
the thing, Foxy. I don't even know if it matters anymore. From when I saw LeBron James wearing a dress, it was like, nah. I've had enough of basketball, man.
When was he wearing a dress, bro?
He was wearing a dress. Are you joking?
I mean, they choose and pick what. It's true, brother Schiffer. It's like they're choosing and picking what can go
alarmed them, yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, Dennis Rodman done that years ago. He wore a wedding dress.
He sure did. Oh my God, you are so right. He sure did.
Come on. You got one of the basketball players now. His son's getting a sex change.
Excuse me? His son?
His son.
So how old is his son? Because he can't be that old if he's playing basketball. So how old is his son?
I don't know. If I remember rightly, I think he might have been about 14 or something like that.
Yeah, you know what that means?
What?
If
he's 14, yeah, that means that his dad's had his sex change done.
Yeah, he's got to get a consent.
Yeah, they're going to cut his PP off, man.
Nah, his dad got it done as well. They're just hiding it.
Yeah, well, his dad's allowing it to happen. That's from what I know.
And then we got to contend with that. So what's going to happen?
His name Kyrie or something like that. I don't know.
Kyrie Irving. No way. Oh my God.
Hey, listen, I don't want to you know what? Let me make sure I've got it right. Let's not say it's that name until we affirm it, but it could be.
Yeah, them men are in the dark side, man. I mean,
I should have loved. The world's gone upside down, brother.
Yeah, and guess what? Those who are like-minded like us, we're going to be the outcast, and we're going to be the ones looked at. Oh, that's wrong the way you're thinking. That's wrong. And you, listen, they're going to have us making us think that we're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Because we're thinking straight and they're thinking out of this world. Unbelievable.
Yeah, well, the only reason I brought that up here because that seems to be really big news in America.
Yeah, apparently it has. I did see it surfacing, and I see more people making memes out of it than really anything else. Like they're making fun of it, and I mean, this is just what. Again, if we want to go back to words like black and white, that's how they're going to paint people. Look at typical Negroes acting up. Look at them being stupid again. This one's showing off a gun. Somebody I was watching today on Instagram, and I've been with this brother for years. Red Pill, brother Red Pill, because you can't even use. They're trying to make you not use those words anymore.
What is it?
Yeah, you can't. They're trying to make you say you can't say the Well, I'll tell you anyway behind the scenes, but yeah, they're trying to make that an issue. You can't use those those words. So
I'm sorry, guys. It was Dwayne Wade's son. Someone put it in the chat.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's kind of who I figured it was.
I was gonna say because that other guy I said is supposed to be a real guy. He's supposed to be a real dude on the road. I was thinking, what?
He might be next, man. He might be next.
You know what? But his name's kind of Dwayne Wade. Yeah, it's gonna happen, man. Carry on, Foxy. What are you saying?
So, anyway, he was saying that there was this. Is it Caucasian or European man? I don't know. That he has said these record in or industries. I'll talk about record industries because you just brought up that kid Jay Moran. Oh no, but he's an athlete, right? The guy who got caught with the guns.
Yeah.
No.
And big up Scruffy Out Clothing as well. Big up.
Yeah, that's Marl. That's Marl, isn't it? Yeah.
Big up yourself. So what there was this presentation of, they have the industry is hooked up to the other industry of prison life. And we know that the majority, especially in the United States, the majority of people that are locked up are what they call Black males, men, women. I did this on my live not too long ago. There's a higher statistic, or excuse me, a higher rate of Black males in the United States and they do they're more in jail for homicides and things of that nature, and the ones and that's just on a lower level prison, but federal or white collar would be what we would call just exactly what it's called, white, would be a white male. That's the higher. You'll see more of white men locked up for white collar crimes. That means those are your Ponzi schemers, your insurance scams, scammers, to that nature. But for the more majority, it's going to be Black men, and they're on for very nefarious or various acts of crime that they'll be locked up for. And they are there for long periods of time. Why? Because they can become repeat offenders. So with this industry, what they have you doing now is basically hanging yourself to dry. So you're going to, you'll be on social media, just like with Extension XXX. And I was watching that trial, and these idiots, not only did they...
I watched that the other day. Them guys are idiots, isn't it?
Idiots.
Oh my gosh.
So not only did they commit a big crime, but these dummies go and take the only little bit of money that they got from this robbery, because it was a robbery attempt and then went into deletion. I won't say the other word. So they took XX Extension out of this world, out of this life, right? So these dummies go onto social media on IG and start flashing the money and throwing it in the air. They're singing in the car with the money the same day that they committed this crime.
You know what that is?
And they're throwing the money up in the air and glorifying $50,000. That's all they got from the...
You know that is, Foxy, though. That's exactly what we was talking about earlier, about the demonization of these youths, but like how can you be so... Like, let's really talk about this. Shift used to be on the roads as well, so you know too, yeah? How can you do a crime and show it on camera? Show the money or whatever you made on camera?
They wanted to go jail.
Craziness. Even when I see some of them rappers, Foxy, take certain man's chain and then they're showing the chain. Because that's madness. I don't know, man. I don't know.
But you see, the thing is, Penero, yeah? Some of these men actually want to go to jail because they want to go to jail and come out with a reputation and start a rap career. I don't know, bro.
But Shift, back in the day, we might have took a chain, but we might wear it to the club, but we're not going to film it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but real people don't care about reputations like that. But some people, they get this warped sense of reality. Like I said, they saw someone else doing something, they got sucked in. They just wanted to be something, and it was like no one took them serious. They thought going jail, people might take them serious after they go jail, but they didn't realize that was just messing up their life more. So by the time they came out of jail, tried to start up their rap career, majority of them, it didn't go right for them, and then they ended up in a vicious cycle.
The other thing is, brother Shifa, is that you're right on that, and also to add to is that when we talk about the so-called Black person who's under an economic status, to shine diamonds and big gold chains and money is a status of I've arrived, I got money. Meanwhile, you're broke. Some of those things, and these entertainers that are of late are giving a false sense of reality to our young brothers and sisters out here.
Yep. I hate that.
That let them think,
I hate that.
you know, you do X, Y, and Z, and this is how you'll look. But meanwhile, Steve Jobs was walking around with Skippies and a freaking turtleneck and some Levi jeans.
Yeah, and these other guys are bending over.
Millions.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is why I can't listen to certain rappers. Like, for instance, I like Slim Thug, yeah, but I don't like Slim Thug because he just says gangster stuff. It's because he said some real stuff. It's like this guy said, I don't even celebrate birthdays. I don't buy fancy clothes. I ain't buying nothing. Maybe I got a chain. Maybe I got a couple little things. They look nice. That's because I don't spend money. He don't say it.
I saw that video. He was sharing the label of his £5.99 top and bottom.
Yeah,
and he said,
but you see, you even saying that, yeah, I can go back to a mixtape in 2000 and I think it's 17.
From a long time.
Do you know like that? I can go back to ones from before that where he's saying the same thing. He just don't spend money.
You know what though, Slim Thug, I won't lie to you. Out of all them rappers, like, I don't know I don't know if he's bending over for it, but out of all them rappers, Slim Thug is one of them guys. He kind of he's big out there, but he really kept himself.
It's underground, bro.
Yeah,
it's underground. It's not like that. It's not in the mainstream like that.
Yeah, you don't see me in no mix-ups or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
But there's a few men that's independent like that, innit? Certain man sold out because they want an extra check or whatever. But it's because people don't save their money. 50 Cent, like that's why I rate 50, because he tells the truth. He says, listen, none of these men don't save their money in it. So as soon as they got their check, they wanted big rides, Lambos, and you know, they done stupidness with their money. They ain't got no money left. They didn't invest none. Yeah. And he don't spend. He just invests all of his money. I see 50 Cent on one thing where he's in the trainer shop. And they're talking about they want £1,000 for the trainers. He's like, nah, I'm not spending no £1,000. Forget that, man. I'll just take my money and go elsewhere.
Yeah, it's true though.
I'm not buying it.
It's true though, and that's 50. And word to everybody listening, that's 50 Cent saying that. That ain't like, do you know what I'm saying? Like that's what
and he's prime example of what you see. You know, the thug life type, because he is. You know, I only like the one song Up in the Club. I don't really care for 50 Cent. But he shows a work ethic that can be, you know, what needs to be replicated. But he's a businessman.
He's a businessman at the end of the day.
He's a business, right. So I'll give him the big ups to that. Because he knew, and he's like 50 years old. He can't be running around acting like little tough, you know, man. And I mean, that's just gonna look stupid. He knew he had to shift gear. But him and Ja Rule, they all, and what you see now, are all they're little clips of what Tupac Shakur was. See, and Tupac wasn't, when he said thug life, he's talking about like the misfits, the underdogs. It's not really the thug life of being a thug and go beating up people and robbing people and that type of stuff. And see, a lot of people got Tupac misunderstood when he came out saying that. And I knew that's not what he was talking about. But you got a lot of people.
He weren't really. The only thing about that, Foxy, though, yeah?
Right?
Where does the word thug come from, though?
It does come from that type of beating up, being somebody out in the street, you know, being
it comes from a group of guys that used to go around way back in the day and kick down villages and steal everything and rape the kids and rape the children and
the women.
Yeah, it's got a bad connotation to it, definitely.
Yeah, it's mad. I don't even know why they said the R word on there.
You see the one thing I would say though, yeah. You see with 50 Cent, you see what surprised me about 50 Cent that I didn't know. I only found this out like recently as well. Like 50 Cent has written songs for bare different artists, you know, singers and all sorts of stuff that you just want.
You should have known that from the game, though. You should have knew that because he wrote all the games.
Yeah, this is what with the game I can kind of more get it though. It's another rapper, isn't it? But he's writing R&B, like big R&B, like that you would know that it was him. You wouldn't know,
But
bro.
yeah, but I can believe that though because I heard he's a bit sensitive as well. Still,
He's a
Yeah.
Cancer, that's why. And Cancers are
I
Yeah.
heard
sensitive.
I heard he's a bit zesty. I don't know how
He's
true it is.
creative.
Oh
He's
yeah, that
creative,
too, my friend, that too.
See, I was hoping that it wasn't true, and then one day I was sitting down watching Power, and I
That
don't
right
really
there
watch.
tells you.
I don't really watch Power. You know what I mean?
Me neither.
I don't really watch TV. Period. But I was at someone's house and they had Power on, and I turned around and there was a guy riding a guy, and I said, "What the hell's going on?" And that's when I sort of said, "Nah, maybe this stuff is true." Big up
No, I
Jay
did
Prof.
realize one time.
But if you're trying to jump over what I just said though, like there was a guy riding a guy.
Yeah, I
for a
don't want to
split
know. I
second.
don't want to know.
I mean, yeah, it was crazy. I tried to spin around as quick as I could. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And the
Right.
reason why it shocked me so much is because that's the first ever time I've ever watched Power. And that's what I saw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
that's
was
mad.
like, whoa, Fifth, what's going on? You wrote this, didn't you? Did you write this? Did you write this thing?
His name, even if he didn't write it, his name is associated to it.
Yeah.
I was like, that's what we're promoting now. That's what we're doing. 50.
Yeah. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
But listen, they run in those circles, so I can't.
Yeah,
I'm at a point where everything goes with them. I don't care how much they present themselves to be this, tough or whatever.
Yeah.
Listen, as long as you're spinning around in that industry, you know what? It's guilt by association until you could prove me otherwise.
It's true, because I'll never be able to erase the picture of 50 Cent with his arm around Young Buck's shoulder from my mind ever. It's just going to haunt me now.
I don't remember that one, but I do remember.
Well, how about Birdman and Weezy? And Birdman
that one as well.
Come on.
But Birdman kissed him on live TV.
Oh,
That
it's sickening, bro.
And that's even worse. I didn't even see that, but that's letting you know right then and there that industry is. Come on, like my son just turned 25 yesterday. My only boy and my middle child. Yeah, big up, because I'm like 25. You know what happens? That's the other side of the coin.
It's a quarter.
Whew. And I pray for him so much because it is like insane. We're in the Bronx in New York, and it's just wild. It's just wild, right? But I got him reading J.A. Rogers. He wanted the How to Live and Eat by Elijah Muhammad. So just to get his mind right, I've always been talking to him. He's a Taurus. The most honorable Malcolm X was a Taurus. His birthday's on Friday, so salute to that ancestor. That is one of my master teachers. And reading the autobiography of Malcolm X at 14 years old really just opened my eyes. Like, nobody told me to read that. I just picked it up, and from that point on, I was like, wow. And it really helped put me into, besides my master teachers, my mother and my father, then reading the autobiography of Malcolm X, I'm like, damn. So I've always been on a journey, if you will, of just opening my mind up and seeing other things. Even if I couldn't travel, to other places, at least I have, some knowledge.
Hey, no, I just saw something in the comments.
What?
Hey, UJ Puffy, is that software? Shiv?
Yeah.
Hey, jump on it for it. Now he put Vivica.
Yeah, because Vivica she exposed 50. Exactly. So my point is, we're talking about my son, and when we're still on 50 Cent, guys, is that my son wants to be like every young male and want to do the rapping thing. And I told him, please don't. Because I do not want you to sell your soul out. If you can be independent and do all that, that's fine. But do not go into that industry because it's nefarious.
You got to let him know as well that you ain't going to really go anywhere in that industry unless you do that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So look at J. Cole. J. Cole just...
I don't like that dude, I can't stand his music. Listen, I'm not being a hater or nothing, people. That I'm a man, I know about hip hop. I used to rap myself. I respect the craft and all that. But I just don't get the whole J. Cole thing. I just don't.
And I'm gonna go bang. My body gonna see you again.
I don't get the hair, the clothes, the rap.
Well, see, I think that that's what it is. It's this rebellion against that industry because he walked in under a contract with Hova, right?
This Fox. This is what I'm trying to tell you. That I don't. When I say I don't get him, I don't get how he's talking about certain things,
Hmm.
and then you're signed to you're around
I
them,
don't
man.
think he's signed anymore. That's why he got the dreads now, and he's looking like Moses.
No, but
I
he's
don't.
still around them guys, though. He's still around that whole.
He is. He's starting to come back, and that's what made me like, oh damn, Jay, because he was really on some. I'm by myself. I'm doing my thing. I'm taking his house that he was living in as a child. He made it into a woman's shelter. So I feel like he does have. There's some genuinity to him, but again,
that doesn't make them. When they do things like that on people to get the people's heart. It doesn't mean they're not part of the thing.
no, that's exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying.
I'm not
you
saying
got
that he is part of the thing. I'm not saying he is, but like I said, you mentioned Hova. When he was around all them guys, he was talking. It's just weird to me.
Yeah.
We all know what Hova's on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even like calling him Hova, man. Jay-Z,
So
man.
yeah. Well, that's why I said Hova, because I don't even like saying the other name.
Yeah.
I call him Basquiat.
Yeah.
Call him
I'm
Baphomet.
glad somebody sees what I'm seeing.
Hey, let's call him Baphomet.
Or
That-
Biscuit.
Biscuit. So Biscuit, that's what I wanted to talk about too, brothers, because Biscuit has an alleged son who's about 27 years old.
What?
And listen, here's the juicy part. That's what I've been watching. So this alleged son is now going to take this case to the Supreme Court because he wants Biscuit to take a paternity test.
Who the hell is Biscuit, man?
Hova.
Basquiat.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, you talking about that same youth that they keep trying to murk?
They're trying to get him out of here,
They tried to
but
get him out of here a couple times, man.
they have, and he's still standing. So
Jeez.
listen, that's truth be told. There,
That's mad, yeah.
What he's coming for that child support money, that
Yeah,
backdated.
man, why not?
he can't. That's
Depending on how much.
yeah. I don't think that he could. I think
it's
that the statute limit.
backdated child support. Backdated.
Well, yeah, they could get the back pay child support.
16 years. 16. What's the age over there? Is it 18 to 18?
18, 16, 18.
18 years of backdated child support. Yeah.
What's that, 20 grand a year?
Yeah, and he should be able to get that. Listen, if Dr. Dre, I was watching one of our shows the other day. I've been watching some of our old shows. If Dr. Dre got divorced and he's got to pay 300,000 a month, yeah, and he didn't come out the room with her. That's not his child. That's his wife. So really, Jay-Z should be paying some serious money for his child, man. You know what I'm saying?
And there's an alleged girl too. There's an alleged daughter.
I'm sure there's more. I'm sure there's more that look.
No, these two, yeah, but these two are pre him, like before he even blew up like that. Like he was doing his little fake drug dealing, going down, I-95 here in New York down to Maryland, the state. And the girl, they have his nose, and I'm like, there's no denying his nose. Especially the son. Like you don't need a blood test to look at that and be like, yo, that's his kid. He's just a little darker. That's all. He's got his nose.
Yeah. What his daughter?
The daughter has his mouth.
There's no
escaping that.
And they're a year, like a year and a half apart from each other, and in the same.
You better mind that. Not. Yeah.
And that they're in the same. Oh, they're almost in the same, one is in Maryland, the other one's in Pennsylvania. There's two different states, but that's still going down that. Listen, he can sit there and deny it all he wants to. Judgment Day comes for everyone.
So his daughter's got his lips, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
How old's his daughter?
She's about, Brother Peniro, don't you go there.
Nah, I'm playing, man.
She's of age. She's about 26.
Nah, it's too young for me.
He's moving like a real hoe.
Right. A garden hoe.
Oh,
Garden hoe.
Oh,
And then you're gonna sit there and be like, no, that's not mine, because the other one, his wife doesn't want them to listen, man. Let him handle his.
You know what? He's a liberty though, man. I can't have all that money and be talking like that, man. That's what I'm trying to say about these people, man. Look at all that money you got, man. Share that with your family, man.
And your kids.
Unless he really doesn't have that.
you're not going to spend all that money unless you're trying to spend money on regeneration of your DNA. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you going to be spending that money on? You know what I mean? You can't. You know, when you're gone, innit? Like, come on, man.
That's true. You at least pay the child support, if nothing else, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think at this point, what the young man is trying to do is be on principle about it. Like, wait, what you said, Panero?
No, we're just sticking it on Jay-Z right now. We're just sticking on it. Man.
I think it's just principle. I think they just he wants to, you know, because the mother did the DNA for the other man that she thought was, and it came back negative. It's not the other father. And she said she only has, they were 15 years old.
Is Maury or something? What is this, Maury or something? Like, what do you mean? I'm not the father.
Dr. Phil, man.
No, it's Maury. But both of the alleged children, their mothers were teenagers when this happened.
Huh?
Yes, they were 15. That's why the son is
messing with. Yeah, but he was messing with Aaliyah and all that. You know how that was.
Listen, what did they say? A leopard doesn't change the spots.
Yeah, man.
Come on,
like
now.
R. Kelly, man. I don't know where he's fronting for. I'm surprised R. Kelly ain't sold them all out yet. I'm surprised that R. Kelly ain't sold them all out yet. He ain't coming out.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for him to sing.
I was waiting for it as well. He's like, I don't know what happened, man. I thought he was gonna sell everyone out. I was waiting for that. I was gonna be a big thing.
Right. I really was waiting for that too. Like, wait a minute, he's what? What's going on?
You're gonna sell all of them out. R. Kelly, Jay-Z, Dame Dutchavelli, all of them. Like, just sell all of them out, man. What's going on here, man?
But yeah, these young, they were teenage moms when this happened. And come on, what real teenage girls are really going to be lying like that? I mean, there are, but you know, they're 15 years old. I was a 15-year-old teenage mom. You know, so the fact that they're gonna, you know, they weren't with anybody else at that time, and then they just happened to be, and he was older. He was already like in his early 20s when that happened.
Yeah.
And at that time, he was on his little drug dealer thing. It wasn't like it's not like who he is now. So come on, you really gonna be on some try to get him at where he's at now? I could see them trying to do that, but when they were doing it, he was just this little nobody, really. I mean, he was doing a little rap thing, but he perpetrating as a drug dealer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, why would they want to? No, I don't think these girls at the time that they were girls, they're women now. One is deceased, and the other one is the guy, and his mother is still alive. No, his mother is deceased.
I'll be honest with you though, Foxy. Yeah, I don't know if I believe any of these guys were ever like real drug dealers or criminals to that effect. Like maybe.
No, I heard that Jay-Z was though still.
And I've heard that, but you know, when you hear things, you know, you hear things, and then
but Foxy.
I don't think he was a big time the way you're like. He wasn't no big, like
not like that. But even Star from Starport used to talk. Used to say, even he says all the time he used to pick up from Jay-Z when he was when he had these problems.
Lying.
I don't know, man. I don't know anymore, Panero.
I mean, I said he used to pick up from Jay-Z, but you know what it is, though, man. I don't know, man.
I never heard of that.
I think people got paid to say certain things. Like, you got certain guys out there that I never even heard of them until I saw certain videos.
Like, I think Beyonce got paid to say this. Shif, I think Beyonce got paid to say this. Watch this.
I'd like to thank my beautiful husband.
Man, you're bad,
I mean, like, for real, really. Your beautiful husband. Woo.
Nah, no, man, a liberty. Hey, listen, the internet is liberties, you know. I didn't make that. That was.
No, I know. I saw that. I saw that before.
They put that out, man. I didn't.
And then my thing is, why you want to get your hair dreaded like this 24-year-old depressed
The gay painter. Yeah.
Not only that, okay, because the kid comes from Brooklyn, but he was a depressed, starving artist that was on drugs and died of a drug overdose. Listen, God bless his little soul, but it's not like he was this big time person. He was a starving artist that was depressed and manic and doing drugs.
Maybe it was Jay-Z's other son or something. I don't know.
Yo, it might have been his cousin because the guy would have been around like Jay-Z's age.
I was
But
around his age.
yeah, like if he was still alive, because he died when he was 24.
Maybe they had a relationship.
Jay-Z, see, here's the thing. Wait, I don't even know if I should ask what Schiffer just said.
Maybe that's why he was depressed, because my man kept him in the closet and things. Yeah, he wanted to come out. Listen, you can't keep it past.
Yeah, you can't write that one
I'm not
off.
holding my mouth no more in here, man. You two taking the liberties at me. You're trying to look off my channel and all that, man.
It's possible.
Yeah, it's possible, because I heard that whole thing. Obviously, no internet, they chat of madness, but I heard that the whole madness between him and Mayweather is because they used to deal with each other. I don't know how true that is.
Oh, Lord have mercy. No,
that's a fling gone wrong or something. Man.
I don't even want to know. I don't even want to listen.
After what happened with Young Buck, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and
didn't he say that 50? Yeah, see, it goes back to 50.
And 50 exposed that Jay-Z painter thing as well. He said that on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why 50's a dodgy one, man. He tries to act like he's not one of them, but he is.
But he's in with them. And then he's hanging around with them next week, like that.
And he told them in the party, because they can't do nothing to him physically. So he's like, yeah, don't worry, man. I'm just trying to cover myself, so I don't really know too much about these parties that I'm at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What about the Jamie Foxx situation?
What happened to Jamie Foxx?
Yeah, I didn't know really what he
Jamie Foxx is in hospital, but then I'm a bit confused because now his daughter's saying that he left the hospital like 3 weeks ago. But he was supposed to be in hospital because he nearly died. And but it's a bit controversial though. Some people are saying that someone tried to do it to him. Some people say
that he was going to expose some people.
He was going to spend, and some people were saying, "Oh, because of PD." That's bullshit, man. I don't listen to that because
of
that's been out
Puffy?
for years.
Because of Puffy?
Yeah, but that's been out for years though. Them interviews that they brought up here, that's been out for over 10 years. So I don't really know.
I don't know. Maybe he tried to. Maybe he tried to. Maybe he's trying, because every time when somebody tries to escape, they start making you out to be that you're crazy.
Yeah,
you got some health issues. Listen, the singer Albie Shore, who was under the was under Uptown Records, which was under Andre Harrell, and Puffy was the AR in that record label.
Yeah,
he's seen a lot of stuff, and then he started saying, making allegations that Puffy was behind killing. Excuse me. There was some stuff going on, behind why the ex-wife or the kid's girlfriend, baby mother passed away a couple of years ago. So now, last year, we see Albie Shore in a coma for 2 months because he was putting out allegations about Puffy deleting somebody. So for some reason they said, oh, he had stomach. He was doing lipo, or I don't know. It was they try to make it some medical stuff, but you're not putting somebody in a coma for 2 months. I'm sorry. So he started singing his tunes, changing the tune or stuff, and now he's saying, "Oh yeah, me and Puffy, we all good, all family, blase, bluesy blue." But now his mother is sick. Albie Shore's mother is sick now. So this he might be onto something, and he knows because he's been around Puffy for a very long time. He, of all people, should know how Puffy gets down. And, when they try to escape the beast, they do things to you, allegedly, that either delete you out of the scene completely, or they crush your whatever you're trying to do, they crush it off.
Yeah.
Where the hell did Schiffer go?
Yeah, but Jamie Foxx has been around them for a long time, man. He's in a lot of movies. He's had his own sitcom. Let's not forget, when you get things like your own sitcom and stuff, that's you got to do some funny stuff, man.
Well, Jamie Foxx had this skit where he back in the days in the 90s, because I used to watch that show, in Living Color.
Yeah.
He used to do this.
That's where Thingy came from. That's where Jim Carrey came from.
Right.
That's where Jim
Um,
Carrey started on a black show. Yeah.
yeah. But and peep how he didn't really put on a dress, but they got Jamie Foxx to dress as Wanda. His name was.
Yeah, no, he's been. Sorry, Shiv. He's been doing that. He's been
Right.
just.
But what I'm saying is that they, since Flip Wilson and then you had your white comedians and white actors, they've been doing that. That's their sign of initiation, when you throw on the dress and you dress up in drag. And look at Robin Williams, that was Mrs. Doubtfire, right? Then you got Martin Lawrence, right?
Eddie Murphy.
And then you got Eddie Murphy, exactly.
And
So
Kevin Hart said he would never do it, and then he even done it.
Chappelle said they came into his trailer and threw the dress on the hanger over the door, and he said, "What is this?" And he said, "What?" He said, "What now?" And they're like, "Yeah, you put this on," and he's like, "Hell to the no."
Man, nah, forget what.
Your man had to go all the way to Africa to leave them alone so that they couldn't follow him.
It's a choice, Fox. You know what I mean? It's either you let them do it or you don't.
They wanted him to play Enter the Dragon, man. Enter the Dragon.
What?
Yeah, man, we're not doing that. You're not taking the snake split skins up to my booty hole.
Oh,
pause.
Happy pause in the comments, quick.
Salute to Ant Dog.
Big up Ant Dog.
He said, "What bring you back?"
Big up Jen as well. I see you earlier.
Yeah. Salute to the whole panel.
Yeah, everyone knows.
The whole chat.
Press the like button and press the like button. It doesn't cost a penny. I don't ask you lot for
Come
nothing.
Not one penny.
Not like these other channels, man. They be begging for donations and all these cash apps, and I don't ask you lot for nothing. I know that you got bills to pay, but the like button don't cost nothing. You know what I mean?
Word.
So yeah, so we've covered a few bits today for the freestyle back. You know what I mean? But Shifa, you got a show tomorrow. Tell everyone where it is.
Tomorrow, Brixton. It's a little venue called the Chip Shop. Small little intimate kind of venue. So, you know, make sure you bring your good face and your glad rags, and you know, have a drink. Don't be boring. I'm out.
Yeah, man. Don't know.
Wait, so you're inviting us to come over there to see you, but are you going to be live? Like, I don't got money to get a plane ticket and come over there.
No, Shifty said that he's paying for all G5s. Flights.
Yeah, I got a helicopter.
I'm going to get my passport first.
I got a helicopter flying.
Yeah, man's got a plane and a parachute.
Okay, so put the helipad right on the Trump Plaza, and I'll be right there waiting.
No, you're going to fly halfway on a helicopter. The rest of the way, you're going to go on a giant tortoise. I've got a giant tortoise that'll take you the rest of the way.
Bomber Clark. You seen that ship? It's mad, isn't it?
I saw one today. I was at the zoo today. I see a giant tortoise, brother. It's so big. Like, if I was to stand on it, it wouldn't bother him.
Oh, my God. That's big.
Like, he's massive. You couldn't lift it up. Brother, you couldn't lift up this turtle that I saw today. It's too big, bro. You couldn't even get your arms around it to lift him. Have to crane him out of there.
They're probably feeding it McDonald's or something, man.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, McDonald's fries are pretty good.
No, they're not. They're not even real potato, Foxy. Oh my God. Is that how you're gonna end the show?
Yeah, they're not great. They're not great. Oh, do you know what I saw today though? I saw this animal, yeah. I can't remember what it's called, yeah. But brother, I'm telling you, it was Man Bear Pig. If anyone's ever watched South Park, I saw a Man Bear Pig. It's real.
A what?
It's not a joke.
What?
Man Bear Pig. Man Bear Pig is out there, man.
Excuse my language.
A man.
What is that, bro?
Never mind.
Half man, half pig, fam. What the hell?
Okay, listen, we saw this thing here. It looked like a pig here. I said to my girl, look, that's Man Bear Pig. And she thought it was really Man Bear Pig.
You're taking the pig.
It had some human-like ears on it. Like, it looked like an ogre.
Yeah, where did you see this at?
In the zoo.
You in the zoo. Oh, my God.
Yeah, in the zoo. It's some kind of marsupial, I believe, but it looks like a pig kind of shape to it. And it's absolutely huge. You know, like you get the massive pigs here, like a big one. and he's just got some weird ears sticking out, and he's just lazy, just sitting there.
Well, I don't know what type of zoo you went to,
What's
yeah,
it
bro.
called?
But first you talked about an overgrown size bloody tortoise. Like, what is this Jurassic Zoo or something? Like, where is this place? What is it?
Yeah,
Like
No,
an underground base? You know what I mean? Like,
no, it's just a little zoo. It's in Oxford, and basically they got just giant tortoises there. They got lions. They got zebras. They got zebras. Sorry, they got giraffes. You know, they got all the different type of birds,
Yeah, I keep hearing
pelicans, and that.
stories about these zoos, man.
Well,
My boy
You
here's
know
what.
what though?
Mm.
There was one point, yeah, like I thought to myself, like white people are different, you know, like this white woman, yeah, like she said, she was talking to her daughter, she said to her daughter, we're going to go and see the peacock. From that moment, I was giving her a side eye. I was like, nah, something's wrong with you, where who takes their daughter to see this?
What about the monkey?
What's wrong with peacocks? They're pretty.
Pause.
Pause.
Listen, if you tell me I can't eat the French fries, but Shifa can go into a zoo, it goes the same way. We shouldn't be going to zoos. We shouldn't be going into aquariums. These animals need to be free. Free
Yeah, that's
though.
true.
You weren't in no
That's
zoo,
true.
man. Shifty was in some place they were doing experiments on animals.
Now they look. Listen, I saw the lion. The lion looked like he was in jail. He looked pissed off.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think he
That's
had friends. He had friends, but he looked like he was in a jailhouse. He looked like, you know what? I know I'm in jail, and this I have to ride my sentence with you looking at me as well. It's like, oh,
That's the look that he had, innit? No freedom.
yeah.
oh
He was
yeah.
This is born free or something. Stay in there.
You know
That's
what though? Them birds. I'm not gonna call it what that woman called it, but there was this bird. You know these
Well, that's what it's called though.
the giant turkey rooster type thing. The pelican turkey. The pelican turkey. Yeah.
With the pretty flower.
Well, this guy's, man, you weren't in no zoo, cuz. Man, talking about giant birds now, man. What
Brother,
the hell
listen, you see this pelican turkey
A rat?
thing, brother, yeah? This thing's allowed to roam free. He's just running around the whole zoo. He just walks up to you.
Yeah,
Just
they do.
roaming. Yeah, he was just walking around, screaming down the place, making up noise. Then he tried to invade the chicken coop. You know what he was trying to do, really.
Of
But,
course.
yeah, he tried to get in. He couldn't get into the chicken coop, so and he kept it moving. We just kept bumping into him around
Why are
the
you
zoo.
talking about the thing like that?
We kept bumping into him because it was funny. There was some dinosaur-looking turkey thing as well. This turkey thing, it looks like a dinosaur. I don't even know what it's called,
Hey,
brother.
bro, that's...
But
I'm
I'm telling
thinking
you,
about
It
brother,
was
I'm
a
telling
science
you.
experiment.
Listen, this turkey looking thing, yeah, I've walked up to the cage and he walked up to the cage. So I've stood up straight and put my back straight, my man straightened his back like he was sizing me up. I said, yo,
Yup.
I ain't never getting in there with you. Get that.
Did his feathers come out?
A little bit, not really, but a little bit. But yeah,
Yeah, he was looking
proper
at you like,
sizing us up.
man, I got you.
I gave him a bit of sandwich and he just ate the sandwich and then he kept it moving. But then when we came back around, it's like he was looking me in my eye like, have you got any more of them sandwiches? So I was like, I looked him back in his eye and I was like, no, I ain't got no more sandwich. He was like, what? And he stepped up to the fence again. I said, nah. I stepped to the fence real quick. Yeah, and then me and him was having a bit of a standoff and he was just standing there going, doing some mad noise. And then we walked off and left him in the huff and puff.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what the King of England does on his days off.
I'm not even joking. This is serious stuff. This actually happened. Like,
but I'm not going
He's
to
boxing peacocks at the zoo.
I'm not going to big up software.
Hey, how you doing, Elon?
Long time,
Big
so
up,
can you hear
man.
these? Bruv, can you hear these stories that Shifa's talking about? The zoo sounds like a GM modification. I don't know. What's going on.
I'll be honest, like I'm not saying I haven't gone to the zoo in a long time, but
I
I
ain't been
don't
for
really
years.
be following. Yeah, I'm not following all them caged up animal business. I'm not on that, man.
Yeah, but they used them like it, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not saying I
I
haven't
don't like
taken my
it. I don't
kids
like it,
and
software. I don't
and
like all that
and
caged up. But I'd rather they be caged up if they're over here though, still. Because I'm not trying to get chased down by no gorilla or nothing like that. You understand? But at
no,
the
I
same
hear what
time,
you're saying,
I
but
don't
look,
like it. It's not right. It's not right.
Yeah, no, it's not right. I believe in the freedom thing. Like that's why I'm listening to the show and stuff like that. But to be honest, I've been touching down on stuff which is completely different right now. Because there's so much stuff going on right now within these last few years. Obviously, I haven't spoken to you, but the world's changing. We got the old guard is going. We got the new ways coming in. The whole world is eventually going to become digital, and there's so many different things going on. Like the list goes on, So if people
But
want
we
to
can't
take
talk about
notice of,
everything in one night, though, Software. You do understand
no,
that,
I know. But I'm saying my thing
yeah,
is people like the big, or what should I say, the
yeah.
in-your-face narrative, which
Yeah, but do you
is
watch
on the
my channel
TV and
though? Do
media.
you watch my channel though, Software?
Yeah, I keep in touch from time and time.
What's
I've
the
been
last
really
few
working,
videos?
so
What's the last few videos that I put out about them?
oh,
Because it's about the same stuff that the man's gone. Look, man's gone, cuz.
Got him.
It might
Bruv,
be a
if you come
signal,
over
though,
here talking about all this and all that, and you ain't know that I'm putting out the same stuff you're talking about, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It might
So,
be a signal though, because where he is, he's got bad signal.
yeah, he'd be back. Well, his phone might have died.
Yeah, it could be that as well.
But yeah,
That's a
like,
good observation.
and that's why we want people to come and join the panel so we can talk about different things. You know what I mean? I'm not necessarily going to keep coming up here and talking about the videos that I put up and bore the hell out of you. You know what I mean? So if I've already gone over certain things in my videos, I'm not going to keep talking about them on the show. Do you understand? But yeah. But
Oh,
yeah,
that's
you know
Jay
what?
Profit, because his name comes up as software on the back. I'm like, what?
Yeah, we know it. We know Jay Profit though. We know him.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
his
know
family.
him. He's family, man. That's
Well,
mad.
when he comes up to the panel, he needs to, say salute to everybody on the panel.
Yeah. Next time, J Profit, that will make sense. I was gonna say,
Fox is regulating.
nice to meet you, J
Excuse
Profit.
you.
Foxy Moon. This is J Profit. J Profit. This is for. Oh, sorry, he's not here, is he?
Hey, he's come back.
Gone.
He's in that area. Excuse me, when you come into the house, you say hello to everybody.
Hi. Yeah, no, I lost signal. I'm in the crap area, man.
So what you been what's
Hold on,
took
before you
your
say
eye
that,
lately? What's took your
J
eye lately?
Profit. This is Foxy Moon. Foxy Moon. This is J Profit.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to meet you. They call me software, or
Yeah,
other
software.
than
We
that,
just
they'll
told
call
the
me
people them.
Joffrey.
We just told the people them J Profit software. That's our friend. That ain't someone we just. That's our boy.
This long
You know what I'm
time,
saying?
long time.
Long
Yeah, the
time.
last thing I heard about the honeycomb brazen thing, but obviously since then I haven't really, because I've been
What?
working, bro.
Bro, that was 2 years ago.
Oh, no, wait, no, there's more. There's one recent from that. There was one because Schiffer was on me the other day telling I needed to jump online, but I've been working in it, so man hasn't really had
Yeah.
time.
No,
You
yeah.
get
It's
me?
cool, but no, brother, ain't no pressure for. Come on, man. We know. Come on.
I've been researching, and what I've been researching is really going to tickle your taste buds.
I know you go
That's
in, bro. So give us a little. No, I was gonna say taste, but pause. Yeah.
Like peacock.
no, there's
Yeah.
North Confendinator. So it's basically I don't know. Who's ever seen Game of Thrones? I know it sounds old, but who's
I don't watch it, but I know what you're talking about.
I've seen it, but Jason, before you go, I'm dropping down to the chat here because I've just woke up the little man and that. So, like, give me a minute.
Yeah.
Schiffer, it was so great to hear from you. I love you and speak to you soon.
Yeah. So basically, what it is that I'm looking into what's really going on. The stuff that apparently we're seeing more of lately. They're reporting
you keep
it.
saying software. You keep saying what's really going on. We cover everything all the time. Why are you saying it like you know something we don't? Tell us what's going on.
I'm not saying that. Do you know about the known lands?
Go on, keep talking, brother.
Yeah, so I'm basically gonna say apparently we live in a place called the known lands, and there's so much other stuff about it. Reason why I said Game of Thrones, and you have this ice wall. There's places outside the ice wall.
I know you're talking about.
And then we have this firmament, which we have apparently at the moment there's this big controversy about flat earthers versus versus spherical.
Yeah, we ain't talking about. We don't talk about. You might not know this because you haven't been on for a while. You can't say that on here. You can't say
Yeah, no,
flat E on here.
that's. I'm not. For me, I'm not even gonna go into any of those things. But what I've
Yeah,
learned from me
yeah,
reading into it, because there's a book that came out,
yeah,
and it has a map. A lot of these places, or let's just say like planets, star signs,
right,
astrology, Osiris,
right.
Enki, the
Yeah,
Anunnaki.
you're really
All,
behind, bro. You're really behind on this on
no,
my
I know,
channel
I know,
still.
which
You
is fair
came,
enough.
no, no,
I've
no,
been,
software. You came in talking like you was gonna show us something new, bro. Yo, wait, like, you're talking about different pockets on the Earth and
yeah, no, no, no,
the
no, no,
more
no.
land on the other side of Antarctica,
Yeah,
bro.
which
You
is,
can't. Yeah, but
I've
what I'm
already,
saying is though, what you're
go
saying
on,
is though,
please.
bro. If you're coming in to talk about something, just come in normal, bro. Like, you know,
No, I know, and
we're gonna talk.
you're
Don't come
asking
in
me
like you
what
know
I've been
something that
on.
we don't know and all
No,
that, bro.
I never said that. I'm basically
I know,
saying
but it's the way
you asked me what I
it's
mean.
the way it sounds, the way it's coming out, my brother. That's
No,
the way it
or
sounds.
I'm basically saying, because I've been in delving into this, I've been
Yeah,
kind of trying to relate a lot of it to what's kind of going on at the moment, and a lot of this disinformation, and
yeah,
a lot of it seems it makes sense, but it makes more sense on a resources or technological level more than a self-belief level, I'd probably say, because it's not easy to talk to everybody about it. You have to talk to like-minded people like myself or you, um, and it becomes, I wouldn't say it's frustrating. It's more of a, I just want to seek out more knowledge because I'm becoming more hungry and I need to, you know, feel my thirst at the moment.
yeah.
So that's probably where I've been on. And at the same time, where I haven't seen you,
Where
I've
you been
been,
going? Where you been going for this knowledge, bro? Like, what do you? We've been reading books and stuff.
yeah, the book I've got. Let me see if I can pull up the book. Hold on 1 second. It's called Nos Fundamental. It's a Spanish book basically, and it
Okay.
actually has a map. I'm gonna see if I can
Has it got one
write
of
the
them?
name.
Has it got one of them old secret maps from back in the day on it with the extra pockets and all that on it? Yeah.
Yeah, that it did. It says something about 1840 AD, you know,
Yeah. Is that
and
the
then
map
it
that's got
actually,
Has it got Agatha on there by any chance?
yeah, that no, but that's the second map. That
That's
because
the
there was
second map,
two
isn't it?
maps.
Yeah,
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 there's
yeah.
one which has got like bare little pockets, and then there's one which is specifically about where we are. And then
Yeah,
what it is don't get me wrong. I've looked at the one with the bare pockets, but the one where we are, it's like it's pointing at resources, like,
yeah.
you know, materials,
Materials.
animals,
Yeah.
you know, and those are the things. You know me. I'm kind of into science, so I'm more
No, no,
into
you're deep with it. Yeah.
with what is available from what's not available, and it's really intriguing because obviously we're at a point where people are trying to develop new technologies and new sciences, and you
Right.
can only do those things if you actually have good materials and resources
Of
available,
course.
because we can only advance with what we can work with, basically. So
Yeah.
for me, that has really piqued my interest. So I will write it in the chat. Hopefully, it will come up, and then you can.
One of the things, like, obviously I know a lot about that stuff, but one of the latest things I've been researching on that is something similar to what you're saying, but they're saying that these people are actually mining the other lands that we can't get to. Is that what you're
Yeah,
sort
of
of
course they
saying
are.
as well?
They've been doing it.
Yeah,
They've been doing it for. All right. So
the
from what
time.
I've worked
Yeah,
out, yeah, for time. So what I've worked out, you know, if you're going to go back to the parts of Christ, let's just say when Christ comes, because everything we've
yeah,
written about is AD, is after Christ, and you're talking about the Gregorian calendar, which we now live in. Now, for everyone who's where we are, let's just class it as that, where everyone, what we know of is, we
mm,
don't know those things. We're not allowed to access certain materials. We're probably not
no,
even allowed to go past certain bridges, which are only
because
open at certain
yeah,
times of the year, you
because
know,
as you
and
know as
it
well,
would,
software. Sorry to cut you, but as you know as well, being a scientific guy, we know that there's certain elements on the board that they're not telling us about
yeah.
when it comes to the
Um,
Yeah.
which is true. And
Yeah.
at the moment, they're, which they've just released over the last couple of days, they've got new elements which they're making because of us being able to make more plasma energy. So we're getting more advanced synthetic materials, but you can only get them once you have processed the raw materials, which are outside of these places. But it's also interesting to see how we, as let's just say Homo sapiens, we evolve through different environments or different situations. For instance, people living in America for over maybe 100, 200 years, you're mentally going to evolve. Physically, you'll evolve. The way you build up your agriculture and your land and the things you teach your people will eventually evolve. Some of them you may decide that you don't want to teach your younger generations because maybe it's obsolete or maybe it's too important. So this is what I've started to realize when I really look what's been going on. And as everyone says, apparently this is supposed to be the end times. Who knows? People said that in 2000. People have been saying that from the 80s and the 90s. But I will say this, from what I see, things are going to be changing within the next 20 years rapidly. Very rapidly, on a technical thing. I'm more worried about what people are trying to do on an AI level, because as much as it's available for us and it's helping us to quickly develop, if people are not actually keeping track, this thing is developing so fast it will probably overtake us in no time at all. It's already replacing people's jobs, and this is what they're arguing about now. You think about Elon Musk, he helped build Chat GPT. He's not even part of the team anymore. He come off the team. He built it, of course, done. Well, I leave it to the public. If it advances, he already knows it's going to, because of the way it's taken off. People taking it.
Even done it as well. He even told
You understand? He said it. He gave them the warning, and it's not only that.
Dangerous. That's what you said.
People's taken it, they revamped it, made different ideas. Come on, you can take a piece of this is how far we are now. You could take a plain piece of paper and just draw some scrap on it. And with this new Chat GPT version 4 or version 5, I don't even know where we're at now. It can build you a whole website, a whole business. Yeah. The last thing I actually watched when it came to AI is they had this man sitting down with these like digital probes on his head. It's not inside his head. It's like, you're just putting something on to monitor your pulse or a signal. So he was sitting down watching things visually. He didn't type nothing into the computer. The AI literally redrew what his eyes could see. And he went through different things. He was looking at a plant, a picture of a plant, redrew it. He's looking at landscape, redrew it. Yeah. The last thing he actually did was not look at nothing. He used his imagination. The thing redrew exactly what he was imagining. So to see where we are now, yeah, everyone wants this easier way of life, but I'll be honest.
They need to be careful what they wish for or ask for, because Brother Jay is correct. You're correct on that.
On your point, which you just said, all right, look, it's always good to have easier ways to make life easier. But, from time to time, I may go on TikTok, I may go on YouTube. I feel sorry for these younger generation because they're so used to the computer doing everything for them. They're not withholding them, grasping the basic knowledge. You go and ask certain people what capitals of certain countries or cities are, they don't know. You could ask them who's the Queen of England. It's in the question. And they still wouldn't get it. You see what I'm trying to say? Because everyone's...
What they're doing, basically, they're prepping the younger generation for the machines. For the machines. That's what it is.
Well, I can agree, but I can slightly disagree at the same time. And I'll give you the reason why I slightly disagree. It only takes 100 years to fool the masses. Because within 100 years, you will at least have 2 to 3 generations. I could grow to 100, I could have kids. Yeah, and then I can have another set of kids, right? And what will happen is that's a third generation. So by the time I get old and I could say, you never knew what we were able to do back in the day. We had all this freedom, or we never had this and that. That younger generation will never know what that means, because they're automatically going to be grown up in a system where they have no choice. This is all they know.
I think personally, with the technology that you got now, it will take less than 100 years to fool a generation. It will take less than 50, and that's what's happened. It took about 40 years to fool the generation. That's what's happened.
Not really. It's taken less than that, and the reason why I say that, Nikola Tesla. Let's just say that's what, 130 to 150 years ago. They've been sitting on time travel from the 1980s and the 18th century. They've written about it. They've told you about it. So if you've had all that advanced technology, if you go and you look at the old history of America and certain countries, they already had wireless technology. They already had better electrical systems. But what they didn't have is what we have now, like your internet and your router. It's programmed to a certain code. So if I don't want anyone else to use it, you need to have that code. I can provide you with that code and you can now jump on my channel, if you see what I'm trying to say. With the new stuff that we have now, it's in the cars, it's in your phones. You don't pay your bills in the future. Okay, we just deduct it right. It's like China. Certain places in China, they ain't got money again. Yeah, they might have the coins, but you just go in the shop, scan your face, you walk out with the product. But it's also got social awareness and social behavior diagnostics. If you like going to the club and hanging out with bad people, you're on social internet like Facebook, being part of certain groups, try and go and get your house, and get tax or mortgage. You ain't getting it in that country because they already know what you're like. Okay, I jailwalk and I walk across the road and then cross at the lights. They just bill you and it comes directly out of your bank. It's not like here, where you might send the bill to your house and you got 14 days to pay it. It's instantaneous.
Right.
And if you ever, the last thing I heard on this digital money thing, this digital money thing is changing. It's like your phone now. You know, if you top up your phone, you got 30 days to use your money. Use your credit. Yeah, the new thing coming in is you'll have 30 days to use the money you just worked your whole month sweating and brucking your neck for. You got 30 days to spend it, or guess what? It's gone.
Where's that, man? You got to send me that. I ain't seen that, man.
You need to go and look at all these reviews that they do on the CDFCs.
What's that you put in the back in the private chat? Is that the one I want to watch?
That's the name of the book that I was that I've been reading still.
I wanted to just interject, though. I wanted to interject, if I may.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
So, what you're saying is also, I'm on the fence, because when I started seeing people, when that AI, that art technology came out, I think it was last year, the beginning of the year, I didn't join that bandwagon of changing my ID picture to, be a rock star, to be an angel or whatever, a warrior, because I knew that there was something up behind that. And it got backlash because you had true artists drawing very detailed, like the way the AI was. And it was almost like the AI was stealing these legit artists' way of, creating things. And people are like, oh, huh? Yeah.
It was better than them because it's taken from all the famous people in the world, their skills, because it's watching the strokes of an artist. Because I can draw. So it's watching the strokes of an artist. It's taking people like Van Gogh, Picasso, and all those things there. And then it's taken the current, recent, most public person who's the in thing. It's taking his style, merging it with all those old artistries, and then using what we see now as tech.
Right.
So you get your NFTs or whatever, and that's all it is.
Right. And then the NFTs were brought me to attention, put my spidey senses up, because I was like, there's something behind this that doesn't make sense. But maybe because I'm also coming from a generation, I'm in between generations of technology and analog. I'm between digital and analog. And so a lot of stuff digitally I'm kind of apprehensive about, but I understand that I have to move forward. But there's certain things that I do not and don't want to accept.
No, and fair enough.
And when
but the
you have things like
NFTs is for the digital verse.
right,
It's,
right.
it's not.
And
It's
when you
not
have
about
things like,
money. No,
no,
go
I
on,
was
finish,
just
but
saying,
I'll explain.
no, I was saying that, you know, when you have things like this chat, whatever it's called, and you're basically putting the information. First of all, people, we're putting this information in. The computer is not smarter than you are. We made this. Your brain, your imagination is what's creating all this stuff. Right. And I don't think technology will plateau. So while there's this fear mongering going on, technology will plateau. Why do I say this? Because unless you can create a machine to upload another machine and use its robotic hands to do that, then that's when man will be, you know, there will no longer be man. Right.
Okay,
But man is still going to be here. We're still going to be needed to fix these so-called technological programs and, you know, etc. robots and things of that nature is what I'm saying.
can I say something based on what you said?
Yes.
If you don't mind, they don't actually need man anymore. Machines are smart enough right now to rebuild themselves, reprogram themselves, and take out all the errors. They've been doing that for the last 15 to 20 years. Scientists have been killed because of this shit and they've been hiding it. But because we need to push technology forward and we need to take the fear out of people, is why most of that stuff was swept under the carpet. Yes, it's coming out now because more technology is coming out and we need to be made more aware of how dangerous it actually can be.
No.
Yeah. And okay, you say these computers can never do what we can. Well, a human brain, if I'm being rough, don't count me on it, is probably about 96,000 terabytes of storage space. So yes, we don't have that storage space at the moment, but I'm pretty sure if we connect it to the internet, we've got more storage space than my one brain. Yeah, that's called collective consciousness.
Right.
Because everybody every day is using chat gpt or all these AI artificial things, and it's called learning algorithms. So as you make a mistake or as it makes a mistake, so for instance I could say, okay, draw me a circle, and instead of giving me a circle it gives me an O instead, which is not actually a proper circle. Yeah, and then you explain to it it's not a circle, and eventually it will give me the circle because it's learning through me. Now, I'm just one of hundreds of thousands of people which are adding prompts and new ways for this thing to learn. Eventually, it will not need us. They've already made time crystals when you're talking about quantum physics and all that. We're so far ahead in the future that what people are seeing publicly is not even the tip of the iceberg. Yeah. And that doesn't talk about black projects or government, whatever. I'm just talking about private investors that have a bit of money or they're into a bit of tech. You can go on certain groups now and get crowdfunded if you've got a good idea. You know, as long as you can back it and show that you don't have no malicious intent, you'll get the funding. But you'll always find someone with malicious intent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these things are to help us learn faster, which has been proven it does work. But as you heard me say earlier in the conversation, because we're becoming so reliant on these things, we are not using our brain. How many of the numbers in your phone of your friends can you remember off by heart? Probably not a lot of them. Whereas back in the day, you'd probably remember more than 75% of them. It
You
just
had to.
snap. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day when you were learning maths and you had to do something like Pythagoras theorem, yeah, you need to know ratios. You would have to go through the piece of paper and learn all the numbers before you would actually be able to work out a calculation. You got to do nothing more. You just type in 2 digits on the phone or on your calculator. Bam, you got instant answer.
Right.
But you don't understand how you had to work it out. Things are becoming so quick for us, which is speeding up the process of how we do stuff. It makes us lazy and more reliant.
And that's true
Hence,
what man's saying. What I'm saying. That's true what man's saying. And and um we've covered a lot of stuff on this channel about AI. from when before this stuff even started. Even this week, people, 3 days ago, I put out a video about the chatbots. The day before that, I put out Peter Jordison telling you how it is when it comes to the AI, basically everything that software is saying. That you get me. So it's very important that we keep putting this into our minds, because people don't really understand software, the change it's gonna make, like the impact. You know what I'm saying? Like
And I
the
agree.
impact is ridiculous. Like it's crazy. Like and the jobs that are at stake, and that's a serious thing. But yeah, it's mental. It's mental.
If all I could say, if you don't mind, is that yes, it will make our jobs easier. But imagine we had AI doing everything for us. How
There
much
won't be
time and
hardly
space?
any jobs though. That's the thing.
Okay, but look at it like this: if we had artificial intelligence and robots doing all of our jobs, we would have loads of time. But there's
Is that me, or is it? Am I bugging, or the software cut out?
No, he cut out. Probably is the Wi-Fi. His AI is acting up.
can you hear me?
Got you. We got you, software.
Yeah. So basically, all I'm saying is, if we had machines and AI doing everything for us, we'd have a lot more time. But yes, we would worry about finance. But say we didn't have to worry about finance because it was provided for us because of the way the machines work. We'd either do research or we'd be discoverers trying
But
to
that's not their
locate.
plan, though. That's not their plan. That's not the elite's plan to have the machines
Hey,
there
look,
to do.
I'm not going to talk about the elite's plan because I don't want to get locked off air. I don't want these people to be coming
No,
to
I'll
my
say
house.
what I want on my channel, because I'll say what I want on my channel, bro. Like, I'll say what I want to say. Not everyone can say what I say. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the one
No,
who built
and I
this.
get that.
You get
I
what I'm saying? But
respect that.
but I do say the word elite, and I ain't had a problem with saying that on their software still. But
No, it's fine.
they've got a when you put that knowledge of the AI and the robots and all that with the other knowledge, when you put that with the other knowledge, you will see what their plan is. Yeah.
Oh, I already know what the plan is, man.
That's what I'm saying. You're saying that it's
I've
gonna make
been
our lives
digging.
easier. It's not gonna make our lives easier. I don't
Yes,
believe that.
yes, and no. Yes, and there's a reason why I
Yeah,
said it like
yes
that.
and no, because they'll be doing the jobs, but not everyone will be
Able to
able to
have
be
a
in a
job.
position to get the job.
Yeah.
That's where
And
the
then,
So
problem
then,
is.
they're going to
so then,
please.
so then, this is why I said, okay, so maybe AI won't plateau, right, or technology, but here's where man is still going to be here. Why? Because they're still going to have these labor jobs that. Okay, so you got 1, 2, however many machines are working the assembly line, but you're still going to need man in here somewhere, some shape or form or another. So we're not obsolete altogether.
Well,
No,
that's true. That's
but
true.
it's still gonna knock out loads of
Oh yeah,
jobs,
oh
bro.
for sure. And then we have to be creative and work. We got to work against the machine.
So now you're competing with a robot for your job.
You see what I'm saying? You want some Terminator shit right now?
Sean Connor on the
No,
black.
that don't make no sense. The whole point of it is like one person, yes, will need to be there to maintain it, but that's one person for maybe 1,000 to 100,000
So what
computers and
happens to the
robots.
other people then? What are we supposed to be doing?
You really have to go back and look at what has been happening for the last few years. Why
Should we
our
go to
population
agriculture
across
and farming and things like that?
No, it's nothing to do with that. It's nothing to do with that. Apparently, there are less humans on the planet than there was a few years ago. But that doesn't
Oh, well,
make sense when we're rapidly growing and multiplying faster than we ever have.
but so
The,
that could
there
sound
must
like
be a
that makes
narrative.
a certain group of people, and that's why they're doing all this AI and all that funny business, because there might be a certain group of people that are dying off while others are multiplying at a faster rate.
All right, look, it's called hybrid species. There's all hybrid species. In some form, there's always going to be a hybrid species. And people think it's our genetic manipulation. I'm not even going to go down that path. Take someone who's well educated, who learns, and has had a good life. And then they mate with someone else who's had the same principle. That child is going to be a more higher bred species of a human rather than someone who hasn't had that ability, doesn't hold that genetic information, and is
Seen that
able to
machine?
pass it on.
Software. Have you seen that video with that machine with the? Have you seen that video with the machines with the hybrid in it?
Yeah, yeah. I've seen different ones where you see them taking off the
They're trying to
face of the machine, and it's
yeah.
all got mad stuff inside. Hey,
Mad.
the thing looks human.
It's mad.
Yeah, I watched something today where I see this. It looked like one of these. I can't remember what AI that they've got running around, or the army's testing them. But this thing was backflipping off of walls, running and cartwheel. I was like, no, that's not AI.
Hey, but
It
you
was
got to show.
AI.
You got to start sending me some of these things that you're talking about, bro.
He said do cartwheels.
Where's his universal soldier?
Listen, I'm gonna say this. All you have to do, forget about watching stuff on Instagram and YouTube. Go look at and watch series 1 through 5 of the old school Twilight Zone. That was back in the 1950s, and all those episodes, because that's how I binge watch and I go to sleep, and that Twilight Zone actually helps me go to sleep.
Older than Scully.
Listen, dumb dudes, that man was.
Don't get twisted. I watched the last X-Files that came out. That dropped some bomb.
No, I'm
opinion.
Listen, no, but listen, that Twilight Zone was from back in the late 1950s. Forget about X-Files. These dudes was talking about technology back then, and there's an episode where the man got evicted by the robot because the robot put him out of business. And built the robot for the company to make the company work faster, and he got rid of all the humans. Then the robot turns around and gets so smart and fires the CEO of the company, and now the CEO of the company sitting at the bar with the people he fired and was like, damn, maybe we should take a vacation. This is 1957. They've been talking about this shit.
So based on what you just said, there's a man out there that I read about who owns farms. Yeah. So obviously he's got fields, he's got wheat and everything like that. He doesn't have one human employee. Not one. Because the machines are run by a computer, the crops are cut and shipped, boxed, all by a computer, counted, calculated by weight and distributed all by a computer. And all he had to do was pay someone to make the program for him. And it's not fully artificial. So it's not just thinking by itself. Yeah, it's a user face, basically. So I can sit there and it will have certain things that it will ask me, and I'll just say yes, no, and that's what I want. And he stopped employing people for 5 years. So you think about that, and he's a multi-billionaire. Yeah, he probably does all them GO foods or whatever.
Like Scrooge and the man.
But the whole point of it is, if you can run an agricultural business, which is usually people walking around picking with their hands and using their eyes, taking off insects or bad, wheat or grapes or something like that. Because, if I take a whole grape by the vine, I might pick out the rotten ones. Yeah, I don't need a human for that no more. The machine will do it.
Maybe it was the machines. Maybe it was the machines that made the pyramids.
Right?
I can't agree with that one.
That was controversial. I'll take it back.
I can't agree with that one still. I can't. Because the pyramids are flipping. Look.
Are we talking about the ones in Giza, or are we talking about the ones in Central America? Because the ones in Giza are too perfect for what?
No, the ones in Giza, which everyone wants to talk about, it's lost its golden tip. It's lost all the white tiles which were on the outside. It's still got some of the materials in there, but the quartz crystals which are in the actual blocks itself, they're still there. There's big, massive copper rings in the king's chamber. The king and queen's chamber, I can't remember which one of it. It is built to be resonant with sound. It works at 7.85 hertz, which is Earth's natural frequency. Our bodies are 7.85 hertz, if I'm correct, at Earth's natural frequency. These things were made by builders that knew way more than what we know today. They had wireless technology. It's all
Maybe
on
it
the
was
walls.
AI. Maybe it was AI, but maybe it was AI like gone
The
completely.
funny thing is
There's
they had
definitely,
AI.
yeah,
They
there's
had
definitely
AI.
artificial.
They had that
Yeah,
back
but
then, man. Different
they
technology
had
back
that
then.
back then. But the difference is they're not like us. We are grown in a system where we either rely on it or we fear it. For them, it was like your friend. It was just there. Oh, I need you to move this block. Yeah, cool. Boom. How far? How high? Where do you want me? And it's not. It's changing the properties of it. So you're not actually picking up this thing saying, oh, okay, it's like 1,000 tons and shit like that. No, it's going. Boom. It's got no time. It's like a bubble in the air and you're just pushing it. And then say, you want it here? Okay, boom, I'm dropping it. And it just turns back all the mass. Bang! That's how these things are working. So if you, like, my thing is, I don't really want to sit here and talk about everything because it will take long. But I tell everyone the same thing. If you want to know the truth, follow the technology, which usually means you're going to follow the money, which means that you're going to come across religion and faith and history. And eventually you're going to start questioning and say, hold on, wait, that doesn't make sense. You're teaching me this, but it says this, and that doesn't really add up. And you're now going to be left in the pocket where you're thinking, hold on, there's a big question mark there. I need to find out what's going on. And that's what happened to me. So I'd gladly give people information, but I don't want to give people everything. Give them as they say, a pinch of salt, speck of dust. If you want that information and you're hungry for it and you're interested, you will go out of your way to find out whether I'm telling you the truth or whether you can dispute what I'm telling you is false. And I don't want to come online and tell people false facts because that's not my nature. I want to be 100% pure in my mind and in my intentions when I try to deliver
You
information
need
to
to open up
people.
a YouTube channel, brother. You got too much rules for people's channels.
I'll open up my channel. They'll probably back.
No, you should, Software. I think you got it, man. I think your channel would be very interesting, bro. Trust me.
Yeah, you know the words to say and not to say. You'll be good.
Yeah, and it won't matter until you get 1,000 subscribers anyway.
Exactly.
Where's he gone? Man's all bigging up and he can't hear,
He's
man.
caught up in the matrix.
Yeah, he's in the matrix fully.
No, I'm still here. I'm still here.
There.
Yeah. So I'll say this. I appreciate what you're saying. I'm not saying I won't make a channel. Currently, at the moment, I don't have the time to do it because I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Well, brother, if you want to do some videos,
it's not that I'm trying to let you know what's going on. I'm actually trying to build a business at the moment, and it's to do with an online technical business. It will allow you to buy stuff like e-commerce, but it will also allow you to learn on an educational level.
Are we sure you want to be talking about that online, bro?
Look, I haven't said anything about
You didn't
it.
say anything. Yeah.
I'm literally just saying
don't
to
give
you
away too much of your ideas, though, bro.
No. I'm literally just giving you the tip of the iceberg. Okay. And obviously, my channel, so I do have a YouTube channel for my business channel, but it's just not public yet. So I will go on there, but I may not do what I'm doing on this. So from time to time, I would prefer to come to my friend's channel and give them the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I prefer that, because I feel the love here. Whereas on that side of it, I want it to be more educational, more business orientated. So there's nothing to do with it. If I'm going to talk about tech, it's how you make it, like how you watch these videos. You need resistors or blah blah blah. Right. That's more on what I want. I want to be more direct.
I do like your technology side of it, and you've always been like that anyway since I've known you. So we have to talk behind the scenes. You have to talk behind the scenes.
I do. I definitely want to show you one of the projects I've been designing and I've been working on. You will probably like it.
We're going to promote it on here as well. When it's done and done, we will promote it for you anyway. You already know that.
One of them, yeah. The other one, I don't think I want to promote at all.
Oh, shit.
Let's just say it like that. for everybody that does that type of stuff, they usually don't end up being around for very long. So, you know, I'd rather take my time or show no one about that one. I'd rather do it before my last breath, because I know when I do it, if I do it too early, I'm gone. You know, you see what I'm trying to say? You know, but then again, you've got to be careful, because at the end of the day, we're in a precipice of technological change where we need cheaper and quicker resources, Wi-Fi, and etc., because data is becoming too big and is not being transferred fast enough. That's basically what it is. We're in a data war, and that's never going to change. That will be our war from now for the next, let's just say, probably in the next 1,000 years, if we make 1,000 years. That's never going to change, because data's gone from being on stones on the wall to writing in books to being in a computer. And it being on a computer is the same as me writing on stones on walls. Because I write on a stone on wall, guess what? That stays there forever. If I program it on a computer, as long as it does not get corrupted and someone else finds it, it could be 1,000 years. They can plug that in and take the data from the zeros and ones and actually read what happened all that time ago. But the only thing that stays is what
I just have to say that I love your beautiful mind. That's all I have to say. I love your beautiful mind. I love the way you're thinking.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. You know, any love shown towards me, I've always want to show the same love back.
What's Shifty laughing at?
He's laughing because
I was telling you, what I was saying. You know, I was saying in one of my other shows.
I need your contact. Listen. You need to come on my show. Let's talk. I need the software information. I need the software download. You gotta get classes. We need to learn. I gotta get my notebook. We need to learn right now. You just put me in class session. Like, oh shit, he's talking some shit right now. Where's my notebook at?
I try not. I don't really want to be a teacher, but I do want to.
Listen, you talking all this hot game out here. You're a teacher.
I want. No, it's not. I don't want to be a teacher. I want to enlighten my people. It's a difference.
It's the same thing. But
it's the same thing, bro.
No, this is what I'm saying. No, this is what I'm saying. No, software. Hold on. This is what I'm saying. Like in that other show, it's mad. I was like, it's good to see this. Like I was telling you, my other show, like me and Shifty come a long way with the knowledge that
you have.
Software is another one. Like from what we
I've been from the beginning. Yeah. You know, these guys have come a long way, and for you lot to still be here today, that's saying something.
Yeah.
You understand? I gotta hold my hands up. That's respect.
Software, you was doing the same thing we was doing, yeah, and you came from it too. So don't try and act like you weren't involved, yeah.
I'm not denying nothing.
Right, you was involved too, but what we
He's
came
giving
from,
you flowers, brother Penero. He's giving you your flowers.
Yeah, no, I know. But I'm just saying, he knows what I'm talking about. Like,
I appreciate it.
We all come from something else. So for us to be up here and be able to talk to the people and share this type of knowledge, is I love it. Like when I see it, I love it. You know what I'm trying to say? And obviously Foxy's doing her thing. She's a whole different.
Oh no! I was listening. I still got to get to know her more. You know what I mean? I'm new to who Foxy is. I'm pretty sure she's got some heavy details and info. So you know, I like all that stuff. Weighing your shoulders down. You know what I'm saying? You're like, damn, that's some heavy info. Yeah, I want to keep that one.
Yeah, no one's playing up here, man. And we all show each other respect and you know what I mean? And like, you know, and it's we have to just keep learning and thing, you know what I mean? But it's 12 o'clock now. If I shut down the show now, is that like a ritual thing?
Is it 12 o'clock?
No, because I went to shut the show and I looked at the time. It was like bang on 12. I was like, hold on a minute. Maybe I shouldn't. Yo, big up Natty 2 Dread.
Natty Dread is in the building. Game is in the building. No, you can't shut it down yet, brother Penero.
I know, man. I know. Hold on. What is that gaming? Gaming. I like his mind.
See?
Pause, man. You know what I mean? Pause.
Yeah, he's dropping some knowledge right now.
No, I'm joking, man. Like, hold on a minute.
Notebook out. Exactly, gaming. We need another half an hour. Hold on.
I don't know what you don't want to learn. Yeah, I'm going to be truthful. I can tell you what you want, but I'm trying to be very narrow-minded on what I'm pumping into my skull right now. I don't want any useless information because I'm trying to do that dissemination of information. I'm at that point now where anything that I'm taking and I've got to break it down. If it's useful, I keep it. If it's not, it's not.
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly. I learned that by from Kelly Bundy on the What was it? Married with Children.
Yeah.
She just was. I swear on my family, on
I
my
remember that
father.
program.
Yo, that's how I learned. Oh, wait a minute. You can't obtain everything in your head. You got to get rid of some of the stuff out of it. Okay. So let me, and but I'm saying like the mind is a beautiful thing. Like that movie with Russell Crowe, like our minds, it is the technology, and if we sharpen our skills, like some of us have big, beautiful minds. Like software is clearly showing us his big, beautiful mind. And some of us takes a little longer to get to that level, but how we do that is by iron sharpens iron. All right, we got to learn some things, take out the shit that we already think that we know, unlearn and unpack the stuff that we think we know, and let's start reloading and upbooting and rebooting our minds to what's coming to the future. Because these people, let me tell you, when I talk about these people, I'm putting in quotes, these people, because we know who they are, right? They're the ones that are not sleeping. They're taking shifts, if anything, but they are on the same page and they're on one accord. And yes, money is the key to it all, because money, power, all that works together. But there's a certain group of people out here that are pumping this out day in and day in, while we're getting caught up with homeboy with the gun out and on Instagram. We're getting caught up with the small fries, and we're not even.
Hold on, can I say something based on what you said? These people don't care about money. They give money to us so that we care about the money.
No, well, yeah, that's true.
They don't care about money. They've got so much money. Man, say how much? You can't even ask them how much money they've got.
Use the money as a control method.
Right.
For us.
Right,
yeah.
For us.
These men are flying around in private jets, tanks, whatever, and they're not registered. You can't even listen. Man just land whenever he wants, drive around whenever he wants. I want to visit the Queen's Palace or what. They don't care. They do what they want. You see what I'm saying? I can't do what I want. I can't just walk up and do what I want. These people don't care. They got bigger agendas because they got bigger information and they need to control in a narrative. That's all it is.
Exactly. And they don't sleep. So while we're over here, with the dumb shit, and we're looking at the small fries, they're out there like light speeds ahead of us. So we need people like software. We need people like Brother Peniro and Brother Schiffer to keep us, in tune, keep our ear to the ground, our eyes to the prize, and just, get a better perspective of things. You don't have to take our word for it. Do the due diligence and the research. As I mentioned, about half an hour ago or so, J.A. Rogers reading 100 amazing facts about the Negro. Listen, if you're worried about the tribalisms and who you belong to and where you belong to, start getting into those books. But just know that everything there's a bigger plan out there for you all, and we're
all one race. There's just one race.
It is one race.
You could be black, brown, blue, green. As long as you breathe and bleed like I do, it's one race.
Exactly. Yeah? But we got some people.
You could be another species. I'm pretty sure you were made by the same creator that made me. So we one race. I don't care. You could have wings on your back and fly. I'm pretty sure you were made by the same thing. Yeah, so I just believe that.
But some people get caught up in that. I like to do a lot of research and studying as well, and I'm also on that same board with you, software. Where yes, at the end of the day, it is just the human race. There are superiority in the different dynamics and diasporas of the people and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, yes, it is when you cut blood, cuts the same color as everybody. And I had said this on my live a couple of weeks ago, that if there was a child or an elderly and they were of a different color, culture or creed, and there was something wrong with them, and I saw this, and if I could do something that wouldn't put myself in harm's way, I would help them. You damn sure I would. I don't care what color, skin, religion that they are. That doesn't, they're human. Now, men, maybe I might, men, I feel like men can handle things a little bit better, but I'm going to help the next person out is what I'm trying to say. I'm not caught up in the color schemes of things. And this is where some of us, and when I say some of us, I'm going to be using the word Black community. We get caught up in these things and not realizing that it doesn't matter at the end of the day. These bullets, these whatever type of weapons are made, they don't see the color of the skin. You get shot, that's it. They don't care what color you are. It is what it is. Just like with money. These people don't care if, I'm not going to do business with Black people. I'm not going to do business with white people. What? Are you stupid? I mean, yeah, you want to have the black dollar, but there is no such thing as the black dollar. It's a green dollar. We have the opportunity and the spending power, so they like to tell us, but it's not being managed right. So we can't keep looking at everything in a color scheme when it comes to doing business and conducting business with people. We're not going to get anywhere if we keep having this mentality. And I say more of that because of the United States. Like, we're having a lot of big, it's a lot of race debating back and forth in the States. And it's been segregated for such a long time. And there's been some people that have been disingenuous to other groups of people that has kept certain other groups of people of color down, right? But when we start realizing, and that's why I said get the book of J.A. Rogers, any of J.A. Rogers, Color Has No Boundaries. Once we see past all this stuff, really it becomes like, all right, either I trust this person or I don't. Doesn't matter what skin color, doesn't matter what creed, religion, it's the person. Now, if you want to talk about who you want to go to bed with and what you're doing, then that's your preference. But we got a lot of shit here in the States where it's just getting muddied up with the nuances of, this color thing. And it's really, at the end of the day, it's like, no, we all the same. Because trust me, there's low income white people, and they living just worse off than some of us. Yeah, but and also realize that media is propaganda, and it's owned by a group of people that are in position to pump out this information. So they'll pin us against one another instead of having us work together. So I digress. I want to be too preachy.
Why has everyone gone silent?
Because I was preaching.
It's gonna let silence. This silence. No, keep going. It's cool. No, you can.
My bad. I start getting the spirit up in me. I start getting the spirit up in me. I gotta start flapping them wings.
They're agreeing, man. 92 Drake game. They're agreeing with you in the comments, man.
Salute. Thank you, guys.
You got to start doing it, folks. You got to start chopping this stuff up and start putting this. Like, that whole thing you just said, that's a video. You know what I'm saying? Fling that up on your channel, man. Some different content. You know what I'm saying?
See, now I don't know stuff like that. So I gotta have software help me cut up and chop up and chop it, remix it. You know what I'm saying? I need remix.
I don't mind, but I would like to ask something because I know you're in the States. At the moment, I've been watching a lot of controversial stuff, and I know that it hasn't fully yet reached us here in England. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't make me. It kind of makes my skin crawl. I'm a parent at the end of the day. I know there's a lot of listeners on here that are parents, and I've been coming across quite a few videos where it's about the kids in school in America, and they're reading these transgender or queer books. Now, look. If that's your preference, cool. I personally am not going to raise my child to be that way, but I don't see why they need to be having these books in schools for kids who are 7, 4, 5, 11, talking about how a man can please another man. And it's directly telling you how another man sucks off another man and is given the directions. Like, I bought this book the other day to read a storybook for my son who's literally just turned 3. And it's a book, literally kids book. You know, you got cops and robbers, but the main characters of the storybook is a policewoman, and her husband is a female scientist.
What?
Yeah, I'm just telling you,
Brother.
right? So I'm trying to go to shops to buy normal books so I can read to my child and educate my child, you know, numbers, words and phrases and even stories. I now have to say, nah, you know what, I'd rather read the Bible or something like that. Even though I know it's been altered for a narrative, I feel safer reading that than some of these books that they're forcing on our younger generation. Like, I'm watching pastors and parents in courts arguing their case. And the judge is saying, no, you can't talk, or you know what, your time's done. Yeah, can you leave now? He's not even hearing it out or making a case. Like, so I don't know. Like, America's, yeah,
It's a very
similarities, but there's a thin line that I think a lot of them are crossing right now, and it just doesn't sit right with me. Like, the mother of my child wanted to send my son there, and I said, no. Don't take this as offense when I say this. You ain't going to Babylon, because if I see all that stuff there, I got to take needles just to get in the country. You really want to take away my rights? You know what? It's all right. I don't want to come there. I don't care if you're the new world. Let me stay in my old world. Yeah, I'll stay over here where I think it's safe. And if it's not safe here, I'm gonna go somewhere where I think it's safe. Because I'm gonna protect mine on my own first before I allow my child to be mentally programmed and poisoned like that. No way.
It's a big. That's one of the big things. And then you had the vice president of the United States go over to Ghana in Africa to talk about that type of stuff.
Are you what? Hold on, wait! I didn't even know that.
Please do go read.
And he made it home. He made it home without getting cussed.
She made it home. She made it back to the United States.
Ooh, damn.
She's trying to talk about, well, you should allow X, Y, and Z to come through.
No.
And the president of Ghana was like, nah, we not for that Babylon stuff over here. But yeah, that was recent. That was in the past couple of months that she went over there. All right.
That's big. That's brazen. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. Like, you know, based on what you were saying before with the racism thing, I'll say this: a couple 100 years ago, there was no race. All of this is separate us as people working together. Forget the color. You can work together. We can all build a nation. We can build a city. We can build a wall. We can build a country. But we're not going to build that if we're pitted against each other by color, race, creed, and class. None of that is possible. You know, the world can change today, but we just don't want to change. We're more worried about silly little things that don't even matter. If we all stood up together, none of this would be happening. We stood up when people didn't want to wear their masks. We stood up when we were worried about when this COVID and how this is affecting our kids' education because they're not at school and not everyone's able to learn online. We stood up for those things, but you didn't want to stand up for your rights. You don't want to stand up and say, you know what, I don't want to be controlled like a puppet. We don't stand up for the things which are important. We stand up for things which they're like, is that what you want? You can have that. It means nothing to us. They laugh at it because it actually doesn't mean nothing. We're complaining about things which are irrelevant. Whereas if we all stood up together against things which are relevant and demanded, I guarantee if 75% of the planet stood up right now and said, we want the information in the Vatican, they'd have to give it to us. We sit down, we know all the history of what's been on the planet. We know what is truthful, what isn't. But we're not going to stand up and do that because no one don't care. Some people worship the devil. Some people want to worship God. Some people want to be a Hindu or Muslim or whatever. As long as they can keep us all separated instead of working together, they win. And that's the bottom line.
Right.
Yeah. And they can't get us as adults. So they get our kids to get us. Because if we get the kids, guess what? You're going to go home, Mommy, Daddy, I had this or we did this. And you're like, what? Your kids are already gone. They get you while you're not watching. And then your child grows up like that. They come back, they bring it in your house. You know, there's a saying, even if you don't believe in it, just by watching it, you're partaking in it. So I might not listen to devil music. I might not be into worshiping the devil, but I might listen to an artist who's probably sold his soul and is talking all this devil shit. Guess what? I'm now worshiping the devil because I decide that I like this artist. It's all subconscious play. And we really need to wake up to how we're really being brainwashed today. It needs to happen today, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not next year. If we don't stand up for what we believe in today or as soon as possible, you can kiss this planet we love so much. Bye-bye. Not just from humans. Animals are being less. More machines and technology are taking over. And we are losing our rights. What else is going to happen? You do not know what's coming in the next 100 years because we're not planning for 100 years. We're not planning for 1,000 years. We're probably planning for tomorrow or next week or next year. These people already done plans for 1,000, 20,000, a million years. We're behind. So if we can't stand up today, we're done. You know what I mean? So I appreciate the love. People want my help. If I can, I will. But I'm being very wary about what's going on because you never know what's going on. That's probably the most I'll say right now because I'll probably go on forever. And Peniros knows what I'm like. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm here. I'm here. I've been here the whole time, bro. Trust me.
No, I know, but I'm still I'm out late. You know, I'm not actually at home, so I'll say that first. I can't just stay
people,
online.
So though, you get me? Like I always tell people, man, I make videos, so I love it when people come here and just chat. You get me, Carl? You know, it's like it just gives me a little bit of a break sometimes as well. So
No, I
that's what
feel
this
100%.
is about. It's for like you lot to all be able to communicate with each other in the chat as well. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, don't ever watch me when it comes to people getting on there and you want to just talk. Don't watch me, you know. Go through.
No, it's not that. I'm watching what I say because I don't want to go overboard. Two, I've got to watch my time because I'm not alone, and that was kind of what I was saying.
I know what you're saying, Sophie, because when you start talking about these sort of things, it's hard not to go too deep. You know what I'm saying?
Because I'm going to get carried away. I'm going to get carried away, and the time's going to go by, and I'm just going to get a look like, are you going to come off a line yet? Because you know I'm still here. Yeah, all right, cool. Don't give me that look. Sorry, that's for the background.
A lot of people don't understand is that we know a lot more than what we're saying on here, and Foxy as well. But it's because of the bloody guidelines and. You know what I'm saying? So I might have to set up that Patreon. I might have to set up the Patreon, guys, in a few months. But right now, the numbers need to be a bit higher before I do that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really want to charge. But the Patreon, though, Foxy, in it, the Patreon, yeah, you have to charge people and all them foolishness, innit? Foxy's going to do something. But I think the Patreon software, you got to charge people, innit? I don't want to do all that. That's why I haven't set one up. You know what I'm saying?
From what I've heard, I know there's people that don't charge, but it comes out of their own pocket. But for most of the people that, yeah, I know, but I don't know how they work in it. Maybe they get a donation or they, you know. But for a lot of the people that I do know, they'll have something like their YouTube channel now. Yeah, and your subscription gives you some type of access to your Patreon channel, and it's helping your Patreon channel grow. And that's how most of them are doing it. So it's either you're paying the YouTube and it's doing both of them, or you're just going to the Patreon channel directly and paying that. You know, and then like I said, there are a few of them that I've come across where they're not taking no money at all, but again, they're funding it, or some of them are businesses anyway, so they can afford to fund it, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm on Rumble. I'm gonna test out how. So Rumble, I heard you can go a bit more deep. So what I'm gonna actually do, I'm actually going to do a video and talk a bit deep and just load it up and see what happens. So people, them look out for my Rumble links. I do post my videos up on Rumble. This is a backup as well. So look out for the Rumble link in the descriptions of the videos. But me and Soft, we're going to have to, and Shifa and Foxy, going to have to do some other shows that we can talk deeply about certain things, man. And I'm going to make sure I find the right platform that we can do that on. You know what I mean? Software.
I will say this as a promise, because this, I don't say things and I don't like to not keep my word. When the time comes and you find the right platform where we can speak open and freely, I will come on there like you've always wanted me to do. I will write down my subjects and I will hand deliver you that knowledge. And I will make sure before I do that, I'll go over to make sure I'm not doubling over the things you've already spoken to the public about.
No,
and even if I have, I need to make sure it's detailed. Yeah.
Yeah, because it'll be more detailed on when we do, not the page, but whatever platform we're not doing it on, it'll be much more detailed. You know what I'm saying? So we could do that. We can cover things that we've done, but go deeper. You feel me? So yeah, people look out for the link for that, innit? If anything, yeah, when I do find that platform, I'll do like a whole video and put that up just to show you like where to find it. I'll just do that. It makes it a bit easy.
Yeah, because I'm loving what's been going on, and like I said, the last time I was on your channel, I was actually trying to tell people about how to make some of this technology from the basic materials. I've come a long way from then, so it's not like I don't want to, but I need to be more direct nowadays with anything I'm going to be giving out.
No, definitely, man. And big up for coming on, man. And Foxy, what's going on?
Salute. Hey, I had to step away real quick. My bad.
No, it's all right. So Foxy, please, I say thank you, and I will catch up. As I was saying on the show, I'm not alone, so there's only so much time I can stay online, and I appreciate all the love and everything. So I will probably come off. I will still be listening, but I can't kind of interact at the moment.
No, I'm gonna shut it down still.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no doubt. Thank you.
Yeah, we've been on for 3 hours and 18. So what I'm gonna do, start from now on, Foxy, like everyone does their things at 3 hours. So we're gonna do the 3 hour thing.
Okay.
And then that way we can space out more shows. You know what I mean? Because we do 4 hours sometimes, 5 hours, and that's crazy.
Yeah. It's that's how the old school lecturers, they be on for hours, and like me, I'm a listener and a talker, so I could be on forever. Yeah, but I respect the time frame. We are on different time zones, so it's not the same. But thank you for having me up on the panel, co-hosting with you, co-starring.
Yeah, man. Big up Foxy always. Big up Latoya.
Thank you very much as well.
Big up Software. You know what I'm saying? Who else was on earlier? Yeah, just Latoya, Schiffer.
Oh, Latoya was on. Oh, I missed her.
Oh yeah, no, and we had a new person on today.
Okay.
That's been watching me for years. She said she's from
Wow.
Germany.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, I got mad. Listen, when I check my demographics on the YouTube, people are watching me all over the place. And so can you imagine if I had more numbers, what I'd be doing? You know what I mean?
We're talking to an international superstar already. You see what I'm trying to say?
I see that.
I'm definitely not a superstar, though. I'm definitely not a superstar. That's some fallen angel stuff, man.
Listen, when I see
Hollywood, you know what I mean?
When I see Brother Peniro come on to my platform, because I come on early, like in the mornings, and I think it's like the afternoon for you, or is it at night for you, Peniro, when I come on? I'm not good with math. This is why I need Software's help.
Are you 5-6 hours ahead or behind? Where were you in the States?
No, I thought I was behind.
Yes, you're probably 6 hours behind.
Yeah.
So at the moment it's just after 12. It's probably what? Just after
7. Yeah.
7, yeah. So about 5-6 hours behind us. That's all.
Yeah.
So I'm like this. I'm so excited when I see him, and then I'm like, wow, I got my UK brother over here. So I feel so excited when you come through. And Shifa, I haven't seen Shifa in a minute come over onto my channel, but
Shifa be on all them.
Shifa's over there with the peacocks in the freaking circus.
Yeah, man. Shifty's like bird shit, man. He's everywhere.
Hey,
I wouldn't say all that, but I'm saying Shiffer's making moves out here that is like, what? Where are you at now?
Yeah,
You're
Shifty's
feeding
mad.
what, Shiffer?
He's out there, man. Trust me. Spreading that. Shifty's out there debating, guys. Like, trust me. No.
no,
So
he's
I
he's
appreciate
busy.
that. You make me
He's
feel like
very
a
busy.
superstar.
No, but Shifty's got a lot of haters that love him. It's crazy.
Then that's
Hey,
really
look,
love.
I'm telling you,
look,
they're
you
flipping.
say one thing.
Yeah.
Not everyone can love you, because if everyone loves you, someone in there hates you. And guess what? Even
Yeah.
if you hate me, if you still listen to my stuff, you must still like me. There must be something that you like
No,
about
but
me
that's
to
what I'm
come
trying to
on and
tell
still
you.
be listening.
He's one of them guys.
Right.
He's got
Yeah.
trolls. He's got trolls that love him. It's nuts. Like he's powerful with that, man. Because yeah, man. He winds a lot of people up though, but he loves it. He loves it.
No, I'm not. I can't mess with Schiffer because Schiffer he'll be on. I can see why they mess with Schiffer. That's why. Because when he does get into his zone.
No, but he winds them up though, and they fall for it, and he just ends up making them look stupid.
Yeah, and I've been there for a few of them, so
I've seen it too
been
many
the back
times,
door.
and the thing is, yeah, even when he's making them look stupid, they still think that he's done that he's. I don't get it, like, you know what I'm saying. But it just goes to show you the level of the vibration, the level of frequency. You know what I'm saying? Because even when they think that they've got one over him, he's already smoked them. Like,
Right.
it's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, Schiffer's a mad genius on the low.
Yeah. He's he thinks very quickly. You gotta make sure if you debate someone like Schiffer, you better be on your toes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll stand right in my square. I'm not. You guys will do spins around me. I think I'm coming with some knowledge. You'll be like, yeah, Foxy, we done said that like 10 years ago. I'm like, oh, okay, let me stand in my corner and just shut up and watch.
Yeah. The thing about Schiffer, he started debating. That's what he actually, because that was mine and his plan at the beginning.
Okay.
Like what he's doing now is what he was supposed to do. He was supposed to go around to all these different platforms, right? And just show himself, you get me? And represent and do his own, and then do his own preaching on his own way. That was his way of doing it. My way was to make videos. So this was me and Shifty's plan from the beginning. And now he's done it, and all them communities, they all know him.
I haven't seen him on a certain couple of them. He might be on a lot of them, but
because what's his name again? Is it Larry B? No, what's the guy?
Oh, not Larry B.
Yellow Beach. What's his name?
Not Larry Beach, though, but I know who you're talking about.
He's got his own channel, innit? Yeah,
I met him right.
Schiffer's
exactly,
on his channel.
Exactly. Yeah. That's how I met Schiffer, and then that's how I met you.
You know what I'm trying to say? So he's
and
everywhere.
then Schiffer left me to dry, and then you came and picked me up. So now I'm rocking out with brother Peniro. He didn't leave his little sister or actually I think I'm older than you, so I'm your big sister. But but Schiffer just left me out there. He left me out on his own channel, and I'm sitting up here trying to like what. And he had people coming at me all kind. Oh, so you believe in angels? So what did the angel say to you then? I'm like, oh damn, I'm gonna get Schiffer. I'm gonna get him.
Yeah, because Shifty comes from the debating. Like anything that he does is the debating things. If you're on a platform with him and they're debating, they're gonna come straight at you, man. Like,
yo, they were trying to be nice about it, but they was like, yeah. So, what makes you think you were so special that the angel came to talk to you? I was like, damn it, where's Schiffer at? I'm like, Schiffer. He was gone. He left me on his own platform. I was like, you know what? I swear that shit was too funny though. I was too funny.
He bounced.
He straight up bounced. I was like, Schiffer, Schiffer, hello.
You should have just bounced, man. As well.
So I had to stand on my own square, whether they believed it or not. I had to stand on my own square.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of different type of communities on there, man.
There's this other platform that I go to. That's a great debater, and I haven't seen Schiffer on it. That's why I was like, And he thought I should, because his name is Brother Sanchez TV, and he will go after all flat earthers, round earthers. Well, he's a flat earther. He says he's a flat earther, but man, he goes into these debates. And
What channel? What channel, please?
Brother Sanchez TV.
You're not supposed to be saying
Brother-
that word either. Flat E.
Oh, word? Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's how he puts it on his thing. But
Yes. No,
he
man,
said
it's an
it.
oblong.
Yeah,
It's an oblong earth.
What did you say?
Oblong.
Hey, hold
he
on.
said it.
Fox, what did you say? He puts it on his thing. Is he monetized?
No, they got his thing off.
Yeah, I
A couple-
told you. This is what I'm saying. That's why I'm the last man standing, man. A lot of these mans, they keep chatting madness on their.
He had to. Now he's not.
Regulate this, man.
Now he's not monetized, and he's got like. He's in the like. I don't know. He's got a lot of big numbers, but they knocked his monetization off because he's
You
been
them
saying stuff.
like, oh, I don't care if I'm monetized. Lies, man. Stop lying, man. You know what I mean? Stop the lies, man. About you don't care if you're monetized. Are you not gonna care if you're getting big numbers and you can get paid for it? That's BS, man. They go, oh, I'm here to spread the knowledge. I don't care about the monetization. Lies, man. Lies. You know what I'm saying? Because
Well,
at the end of
listen,
the day,
I am not monetized, and I'm only at 350 people subscription, and half of them don't even show up.
yeah.
But I appreciate them that are there. But you know, I try to give as much knowledge as far as I know it to be. Like I can't. I'm not gonna sit up here and be like I'm a scholar and I know all this, that, and the third. I mean, I'm still learning at the end of the day. So.
Yeah,
But
man.
you know, and my thing is the cards. So I deal with the cards and I deal with another level. I'm multidimensional. So I don't work with earthlings all the time. The mere mortal can't comprehend what I'm saying. And this is why to some people it seems pseudo, it seems scary, it seems fake, but you can't comprehend it. Don't come over here. Just like I'm not going to debate you on what you know that you've been reading out of some white man's books.
Are you working in the 5D then?
That was a lot, you know.
Are we saying you're working in the 5D? Because if you dare, I want to be right there with you. 5D.
I'm not over there. I'm in the 4D though, brother. I'm in the 4D. And I kind of teeter in the 5. I got propelled to the 7 really quickly and came right back down.
Yeah, whoa, 7. That's a lot. That's a lot. You know,
I'm talking about light seconds. I was up there for seconds. In Earth time. I'm sure in their time that was like a spit.
No, if you got to the 7th D, your download hasn't come yet because it takes time.
Listen, I'm going through all of the download changes right now. Software, it's ridiculous.
You're late software, man. We've been getting downloaded long time ago, man.
Yes, sir. And listen, my father was just swept up in one of these downloads. All right. So, and when I mean swept up, my father passed away 3 weeks ago. He transitioned. My father his soul is a supreme. Listen, I can't even get into all the stuff that I want to talk about because it's a whole nother hour. But what I'm trying to say is that there's certain things that, like, listen, when we're all playing a football game or a cricket game or whatever you call it, there's a player that's for every, whatever pass you're going to make. I'm on a different level. You could pass me the ball and I'll do it a different way. I'll get the play. We're going to get a score here. But if you feel like you can't work with me and you got to put me out on the bench, all right, but I'm going to let you know I'm still a team player. I'm here for the team. There's no I, and I'm not in it by myself. So the things that I don't know, I will not come out and talk about it because I don't know it. And I'm not going to profess to, go through all these books and then start, coming out and talking about them because I don't know it all. But there's other things that are other outworldly that I do know, and I could talk about that. And if the people that rock out on my channel, that's because they know that they probably tapped into that other world as well. And I'm here to be the person to usher them and help them get over certain things that are not just the physical. You feel me?
Oh, definitely. You probably tapped into the
Akashic records. Yes, sir.
Akashic records. Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, it's the slip of the tongue. I don't always.
No, you got it. You got it. The Akashic records. I was told that I am a holder of those. So I don't dispute that. I got a reading, and that was, still told to me that was, and I'm like, it makes sense. And I'm good with writing. I always liked poetry, and I always liked thought I could be a little rapper at one point, but I like rhymes, so that's part of poetry and that in that nature. And I like to write. I love to write. So she has said that's what your job was. You were part of the writing in the Akashic records. I'm like, damn, that's dope.
Yeah, those are big things. And when anyone who's attached to that part, it's a big thing. For me, I don't know whether I'm part attached or not. I know I get a download of information, but the one thing I do know is I've tapped into whatever it is, previous memories, because there's information I have. I didn't learn it in this lifetime. I know that for a fact.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're there, that's a good thing. People need to kind of, at some point in their life, try and seek out some of that, because it will change your mind completely. It changed mine, and I don't even know if I fully tapped in, but I know whatever information I've got is probably why I'm into all the things I am, and I ain't never gonna stop.
Yeah, that's why I said you have a beautiful mind. Like, you're talking, and the things that you're saying, and I'm like, your mind is like, if they needed to do a case study on you, like when you got old and they took your brain out, they'd see that this man was they see this man's brain was phenomenal. No, I'm being
Please,
no, I'm being
please
serious.
don't say that. I don't want to get my brain cut up like Nikola Tesla, because his brain was
That's
cut
what
up,
that's
and
see, that's
they're
what I'm saying.
still
Like, you have that
testing
mind.
his brain up till now. Yeah, and that's messed up shit.
It is messed up.
But then again, you only need one piece of gray matter to make back the whole of his DNA, and that's
Ooh,
science.
come on now.
Yeah, for real though.
But I'm a love you and leave you, Panero.
No,
I'm gonna
yeah,
be back.
we're gonna be out now anyway. So we might as well leave at the
40, I
same time.
definitely gotta be coming back to talk to you. Probably fine if I can get onto your show. I will be listening back to this video when I have actual time, so I can get all the information. And
Links
play
in the
around on
description as well. Foxy's
Yeah,
links in
I'm
the
a bump.
description. It's in there at the start of every show,
Is
so
it
it should be
okay?
there.
Yeah,
It should be
I'm
there
not good.
already. So yeah, man.
Don't worry,
Make sure you hit that.
you'll see me bumping into your channel pretty
Thank
soon.
you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Alright,
But
man.
yeah, I'm gonna love you and leave you. Thank you very much
Alright,
again,
man. Bless
people.
up, my
And
team. Bless
thank
up,
you
bro.
to the people who listen as well.
Bless up, bro. Yeah, man. People, them. It's about that time. UK time right now is 20 to 1.
Is that AM?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now we're hitting the twilight times. You know what I mean? Certain men are out there biting necks at these times.
Okay. They call it the witching hour.
The witching hour. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, it's nice to be back still.
Yeah. It feels good.
Uh,
Thank you for bringing me out. Because, like I said, my dad, I know, and
yeah.
I know that he doesn't want me to be sad, because that's just this type of person. And he, even in his last day, it's like, I don't want to stress you out. I don't want to be stressing you out, So I try not to get too, sad, but I needed to come out and talk, and just because this is my therapy, to just get out and talk about the stuff that I know that I'm passionate about, and just be here with somebody who's passionate about the same things with me. So thank you so much, Brother Penero.
No, definitely rest in peace. And that's why, people out there, make sure you're close to your loved ones, you know what I mean? Because time, you just never know, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, make sure you stay close to your loved ones, especially in this time, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And make sure you do the right thing as well, so you can go to the right place.
Absolutely.
That's the most important thing, because don't forget, even though we're here in this shell, this skin, we still live on after this. So it's not over till it's over. And you just got to make sure you direct yourself in the right way, so you can get to them places. So Yeah, but Foxy, when's your next show? You having one, or have you had anything booked?
Yeah, I haven't done any readings because my mind is not in that right place, and I don't
But
want to
check this
project.
out though. Check this out,
Yeah, I don't.
Foxy. When I was
Mhm.
going my StreamYard today,
Yeah.
I did notice that there's a new option. So there's a new option now where if other people you know have a channel, yeah, you can basically have my show on your channel too.
Oh.
Yeah, there's an
Okay.
option now. So I can send you a link and then you can basically, so when I'm having my show, it runs through your channel as well. As soon as you come on StreamYard, it will go through your channel.
Interesting. Okay.
So that's something we got to look into. I only just saw it today. I only just saw the option today, but that's what it was. So I'm going to look into it again, and maybe that would be quite good for you because then you can broadcast the show on your channel too. You know what I'm saying? While
Well,
you're
yeah,
on it.
it works both ways because, like, on
Exactly.
your show, they'll get
Right.
the more spiritual side of
Right.
things. Then,
So I
yeah.
get to steal all your clientele. You get to steal
Oh
my.
wow! I only have but a handful, Brother Penero. Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's something that we can do, innit? Like, because then that way your channel benefits off it because you spend a lot of time on the shows too. So
Right.
and you spit a little real stuff.
A little something.
I was watching one of your shows. Was it last week?
I did come on like about 2 weeks ago, like
You
just a couple, like a week after my dad passed.
You was going. You weren't playing no. You was like, well, I was like, whoa, she's bare knowledge. You was going in.
Yeah.
I was like, what? But it was for a long time as well. Like
it was about 2 hours. It was about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't been on for like almost 2 weeks, and then in that week my dad transitioned, and then I came on after that. Like, yo, I gotta talk. I gotta like let this out. But it wasn't even so much about the grief of my dad. It was like the nonsense that was going on over here, and I was just like, and it tied into grief. So I didn't want to make it a show about me being sad. But it helped me, and I had to go in. I was just going on another another spell.
Yeah, it was going in, man.
But I appreciate you checking on me.
Yeah. So anyone that's came in late, oh yeah, let me just say this, yeah. I know you lot are probably watching, you lot are weird like that. Oh, you see them 2 subscribers that unsubscribed from my channel yesterday, yeah? Stay where you are, man. You know them ones there, Foxy. Yeah? You 2 subscribers.
You can see people that have subscribe to you?
Yeah, I can see everything, man. These people don't know that I can see everything. Yeah, then 2
You can see the people's names?
Yeah, I know who they are.
Wow.
I don't know them personally. I don't know them. They're not personal friends anyway, so it don't matter. But them 2 subscribers, yeah, make sure you stay over there, man. Go over there to the LGs, man, or something. Stay over there. We don't need you over here, man. But anyway.
Yeah, like seriously.
Yeah, man. You think this ain't the begging channel over here. Yeah? This ain't that. Yeah. Yeah, let's just know that, man. Oh, donation ass niggas. All right, so look. When we're gonna do a show, what's today? Wednesday, isn't it? So
today's Wednesday. When do you come back on Friday?
Well, tomorrow I got that show. I got to go and see Shifty at his show. So
okay, I can't go because somebody's got to bring a helicopter. Somebody's got to come pick me up over across the pond.
Yeah. Someone's got to definitely come. See, that's what I'm saying, man. Shifty needs to get his weight up, man. He should be sending G. That's what I told you, G5s. G5 should be sending.
Nah, you know what? I've been a slacker, but this year for truth, I'm gonna get me my passport because I do need to come over there because, like I said, I got my bloodline goes back over there. You know, so I definitely need to come over there and check you out. And
yeah, no, definitely, man.
Chill out with you and Shifa one day or something. But I told you I got my bloodline goes all the way back to MX. What is that, Devin?
I might even come over that side though. You never know though.
Either way, I still got to get my passport up because if he's gonna have shows, I need to have it on deck so I can come over there.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But yeah,
man, remember I said to him, yeah, you're having a big show. He said, "No, I'm having a little show."
Either way, we gotta get our game up there. Like, come on. He's got to have some way for us to come over there. I mean, let's go. Let's make it happen.
You think of
So-
software then, man? Knowledgeable man, innit? Yeah, man.
He's definitely knowledgeable, and I appreciate his knowledge and him giving us the information. You know, so salute to him.
He's a good dude as well. He's got a good heart still. He's got a good
Salute.
heart, man. But you know what I've noticed though? Everyone in the comments, man, we've all got. You see, the people that watch us, there's a lot of people that know a lot already. So what I will say to the people in the chat, like, it's time to start getting people on this, you know what I'm saying? I know that I do shows at unorthodox times. I know, you know what I'm saying? Especially in the UK, the times I do my show is not really. A lot of people sleep early in the week over here, Foxy, you know?
Yeah.
But I got shit to do too, though, so I ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
like my life ain't YouTube, so. But yeah, no, let me shut this down because I'm look like I don't want to go.
I know. I do want to give a special salute to Ant Dog because he's one of my brothers.
Pick up Ant Dog for coming over, man.
Yeah, he rocks out with me. He's behind the scenes on IG, giving me all kinds of stuff, showing me all kinds of things, and so I want to salute him because he's one of my day ones as well. So
does he come on your panel?
Oh yeah, he actually. Listen, he actually, I don't know, because he could be a little loose cannon, and he actually got himself blocked from putting comments into my channel because he was saying some stuff.
Yeah.
So we talked that high life. So I said we got to change up our vernacular and our verbiage because these people out here like to shut things down. My stuff didn't get shut down, but that's why I have a new channel as well. It's not just the Foxy Moon premieres. I also have Inside Foxy's Mind, which is like a brother Peniros' mind, where we talk about other, so we talk about these kind of things.
Yeah, I need to put that one in. I keep forgetting to put that one in. What one have I got in the link? Can you see it now? Hold on.
I don't know. Oh wait, hold on. Let me get my phone. Either way, if they hit Foxy Moon premieres, they can also go on that channel and then click into my other channel. So. Yeah, that is there for everyone who's
I'm gonna put both of them in there though.
Let me see.
Go to more, hit more.
Yeah, you got Foxy Moon premiere. And that's fine. That's fine. The listeners can go in to my channel and then they can click Inside Foxy's Mind, and that will automatically link them to that channel. They don't have to go searching or whatever, so that's fine. They can stay with the Foxy Moon premieres. The Foxy Moon premieres is where I do the tarot cards. I have a little bit of spiritual insight, but the Inside Foxy's Mind is where I talk like this, where we're talking that good stuff. Sometimes I go off on my Foxy Moon premieres where I can't separate. That's like schizophrenia. I try to separate myself, but I can't. I'm still one person. So I talk about the same stuff inside my Foxy Moon premieres as well. But, that kind of got me in trouble. And so I had to, be a little more wiser and figure out, because I love my, I do not want my channel to, people look for that type of real stuff in the cards. And, I'm a different kind of reader. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't do readings where it's like talking about love. Like I have a separate, some people want to look for relationship. They want to hear about relationships and stuff like that. I don't really like talking about that because I don't really like relationships. Right. But so I just project what I don't like. And the people still rock with me with that because they're like, we don't really, they're like, yeah, we, because we got this fake ideology about what romance is and what, what love is and stuff like that. And I'm like, no, I'm just going to keep it G with you guys. So if you're interested in getting a reading, I do have my website as well. That's linked to the Foxy Moon premieres. But however, because of my father right now, I'm not doing any personal readings. And I don't know when I'll come back on live to do readings, but I'll definitely leave a comment in the community section and let everybody know when they can come, when I'll be going live again. And that's it.
Thank you very much for that. So don't forget, people, all the links will be in the description. and we'll see in a couple of days. I'll probably talk to you behind the scenes anyway.
Alrighty. Sounds
Alright.
good.
All right then, people. Then much love, man, for everyone that hanged about. Sorry for those that just jumped in, but you got you can watch the rebroadcast. Don't forget we got old shows as well. Some good ones. So yeah, people, them blessings and out.
Peace, everyone.